Well, I guess it's time. I guess it's time. Hi. What's going on? How are you guys doing? Are you guys doing okay? I hope I didn't just set off the smoke alarm. It's hot here. It's hot. But hey, welcome to the stream. It's Order 42. I'm Rob. How are you guys doing? By the way, for those of you who voted last week on the Snickerdoodle cookie, I just have one thing to say. It sucks. It sucks. So, there you go. So, hopefully you guys pick a better liquid this week, for crying out loud. Jeez. It's going in the box. Yeah. The box. And yeah, the sound is on this time. I actually checked it. Like I should every time. But hey. Well, I mean, you know. But look, how are you guys doing? I mean, look, Ninjinzu came in first. Once again, Ninjinzu's first. And then Ricky telling me that I take forever. But here's the thing. The show starts at 7. So I don't know what to say. And no, I didn't hold that up the whole time. I didn't hold the movies up the whole time. How do you know they're movies? Anyway. Yeah, they're movies. But anyway, Robert Rivera is also here. Bonobo Juice. Welcome, sir. Good to see you. Rufus the Red coming in first. I mean, just because you say first doesn't mean that you're actually first. I mean, I'm just saying. Because then everybody could be first. And that can't happen. No. No, it can't happen. But yeah. And let's see. Who else? Let's see. Cosma is here. Welcome. Soon we're going to see an old try to break his hill on a back. Break his brake on a hill with his ass sticking out. I get you. I get what you meant. But yes. Strong like butt. What's that? Nalgas? I don't know what that means. Ninjinzu. But Bucho is also here. Welcome, Bucho. You knew Snickerdoodle would suck. See, here's the thing. I've had good Snickerdoodle vapes before. Liquids. I've had good ones. That one is, you know what it tastes like? You want to know what it tastes like? Even 2 days later, you know what it tasted like? It tasted like a single flavor vape. Like they literally just got a Snickerdoodle cookie flavor and went, and they went, hey, let's sell this. It's no. So into the box of shame, and then eventually into the jug of shame. It will go. So there you go. There you go. Can we watch you dump the Snickerdoodle into big box? I mean, Helena Bottom. Helena Bottom Charter. That's a great name. I gotta say. Oh, that's good. And Carbonite Dreams is here. Welcome to you. How are you doing? Nobody else said first. I was first, yo. Rufus, I don't think that's the way it works. And no, there's not going to be any ass eat, since it's just me and I'm not a dog. So first to say first counts? I don't think so. I don't think so. That's like calling shotgun after someone's already sitting in the passenger seat, in the front seat. You can't do. I mean, no. That's not the way it works. I mean, I'm just saying it's not the way it works. Oh, booty cheeks. Gotcha. I mean, look, hey, I thought we were going to be classy tonight, but apparently that's all out the window. Are we ever really classy in here? I mean, we're somewhat positive, I think, most of the time. But yeah, I would have I would have assumed Snickerdoodle could be good. Well, I also assumed that because that's why I bought it. But I don't know. I still send thanks into the universe for you every time I listen to an episode of Movie Microscope because it was you who pointed me at the Chud Show to those many years hence. And Filbert's here. Welcome, Filbert. Hey, sorry I wasn't able to catch your stream earlier, but it was early. You know, I don't typically Twitch or well, sometimes I'll YouTube that early, but not Twitch typically. That's just not. Hey, but hey, I hope you had a great stream and welcome. Why don't you mix juices you don't like? Why would I mix stuff that I don't like? Like, I don't get it. Like, what? Why? It's bad. It's just bad. If it's bad, it goes into the jug of shame. Now, you have to keep in mind, okay? The jug of shame is not all bad liquids, okay? Or like bad stuff that I bought. A lot of this is flavoring because flavoring goes bad after about 2 years. So a lot of this is just flavoring. I mean, mostly this smells like strawberry. It is strong. I'll tell you that. Oh my God. There's like ugh, it's bad. I wouldn't recommend anybody smell this. So nobody smell it. Anyway, yeah, it is a hilarious name. Yes. Helena Bottom Shorter. Shozama, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm sure you're here for the pickups. I mean, hang out and talk movies or whatever, but yeah, lots of pickups. Lots of pickups. OG Chud Show is good. All those podcasts from nearly 20 years ago. Wow, so crazy. It's insane, right? I can't believe that we started our podcast 19 years ago. That's crazy. That's just crazy to me. And you know what's funny is I was talking with Brian and Jerry earlier this week, and then I sat and I was like, I can't even remember the last time I saw those guys. I mean, Jerry has been out this way a couple of times, but I haven't seen Brian in like 3 years. It's been too long. It's been too long. We're always chatting. But yeah, it's just been too long. Hopefully we can get together at some point. I mean, even if nothing else, just to hang out, chat, talk, hang out, chat, talk, those things. Things that friends do, not ass eat. Okay? No. No. I just spent time this morning in the company of the first hour of the replay of your Fallout 76 stream with Minky. Hey. Here but occupied. Well, Shozama, it's not good enough. If you're not chatting, you're not here. No. Anybody who's here and is just hanging out and not chatting, welcome. Because you know what? Lurking is love. I love it. I love it that people can just hang out. I like that. It's good. He said a seat. Where's your mind at? I don't think that's what he said. Just saying. Or her. It's Helena. Just saying. Saying first is like calling shotgun while you're about to drive. Kind of. I guess. Maybe. Movie Microscope. Nick and Justin from the Chud Show. Oppenheimer's $9.99 from Groove Digital. It is Groove, right? Not Grove. That's interesting, though. Interesting. In fact, it was just a few days ago on Prime Day. I think they had the 4Ks for $14.99, which is a pretty good deal. I mean, I already had it, but, I'm going to open a new tab and bookmark it. Y'all do that thing. People first ingest Ricky. Oh, okay. So Filbert said it was fun playing through some classic Command and Conquers. I've never done that. In fact, I think I played like the first one and then was like, this is not for me. You know, it's just not. But that's okay. I'm glad you had a good time. It is a Game Chasers movie reference, and I got it. I know that script pretty well because, you know, script supervisor. That meant I had to make sure that the script did exactly what it was supposed to do and didn't go off, you know, and get into trouble. You know, I supervised the script. I supervisored the script. Yes. Vinegar and diarrhea when mixed is superb. Put it in a lawnmower for oil. I don't know what that would do. I really don't. I mean, it's mostly, most of the stuff that's in there is probably a lot of vegetable glycerin. And then, like I said, a lot of flavoring, which is PG based. So propylene glycol, I don't know what that would do. It would probably be bad. It would probably be bad. I don't want to do that. I don't like mayo or celery. Mix it with eggs or potatoes and it's gold. Sometimes you mix because you can. I mean, Rufus, I get what you're saying. But in my experience, I don't like mixing two liquids together. It's just, it's not right. It's just not, it's not right. I just don't like it. But hey, excuse me. You know, it's let's take two bad things and make one big bad thing is basically what the way that I look at it. So I'm just saying, I get what you're saying though, because many things, you know, almost like have some sort of chemical reaction and it becomes a different thing. It's like cooking, you know. A lot of people, instead of using egg to batter their thing, whatever they're going to fry, they'll use mayonnaise, and mayonnaise works just as well. You don't taste the mayonnaise, but it does adhere to the, like a chicken or whatever. I don't know why I'm doing this, but there you go. Here for Twisters. Twisters. What did y'all think of Twisters? Did anybody go see that? Did anybody like it? Anybody enjoy it? Because I did. I thought it was a fun time. Ever do the suicide drink? Mixing all the soda flavors at one time? Idea, jug of shame. I get what you're saying, but no. The only thing I would do is every now and then I would mix a flavor with something else. You know, like I said, one of my favorites, and I'm telling you, if you try this, it's good. Mountain Dew, regular old, you know, original Mountain Dew. It could probably be, you know, the one with cane sugar, but I'm talking about just Mountain Dew and Tahitian Treat. You put it together and it's like a carbonated, caffeinated Hawaiian punch. It's awesome. It's awesome. And basically, that's what Mountain Dew Typhoon reminded me of. It reminded me of a fruit punch sort of Mountain Dew, and it was awesome. And then they took it off, and it sucks. I wish they still had that. I wish they still had it. So good. I like to think Jerry still just hangs out at the racetrack with a micro DV recorder or whatever it's called, messing with the locals. Look, Jerry's old and a dad now. He's super dad, you know? I don't know. I don't know what he does, honestly. And it's weird too, because you can tell that he's been around office people, you know? Because sometimes, like, at least what I figure is that your sense of humor, your comedy comes from your surroundings. And if you're surrounded by a lot of boring people, your comedy tends to be boring. But if you're around people that challenge you and make you laugh and all that kind of stuff, and you make them laugh, all that thing, it just gets better and better. Your sense of humor gets better when you're around other funny people. I think that's what happens. And I think that he's basically stuck where I was when I was working for the company that I worked for. Why? What am I doing with my hands tonight? I don't know. But I think that's what it is. Lurking is stalking. I mean, no, Ricky, it's not stalking. Jeez. It's not stalking. It's just like me. Like a lot of times when I get on Twitch, I just get on. I don't chat. I just chill. I just chill and watch. I mean, if you're over in the Game Dave streams, I'll chat a lot, like typically at the beginning, and then I just sit back and I'm just enjoying the show that Dave's putting on. In fact, he's probably the most I watch of Twitch every week is Game Dave. So, but every now and then I'll throw on Twitch, you know, if I'm doing some editing that doesn't require my full attention or something like that. Yeah. My boss has to remind me I'm not poor anymore all the time. Hate seeing things go to waste. No, I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying. And it sucks that these liquids suck so bad. But that's just part of the deal. I've just got it in my head that if it's not worth sitting there and trying to vape through it, it's not worth wasting any more time on it. If it sucks, and it's time to move on. That's just how I feel about it. So I get what you're saying. Replace someone's vape juice with liquid ass. Is that a thing? I don't think so. I do not think so. But hey. Complete Seinfeld one-day sale, $59.99 on Vudu/Fandango at home. That's not a bad deal. Twist hers? What are you trying to say? That's not a bad deal, though. I mean, I did see that on the old movie deals that each season was $9.99 on iTunes. So pretty much the same thing. Had a great time at Twister's and had a good steak meal. Not into chubby checker. What? You don't like Mountain Dew? Get it yourself a Coca-Cola and mix it with orange soda. Now, see, that sounds pretty good. But I'm telling you, man, if you like fruit punch, Mountain Dew Tahitian Treat, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. The problem is I can't find Tahitian Treat in a... well, two things. I can't find Tahitian Treat in a fountain anymore. I used to find it in fountains all the time. Not so much anymore. And I also don't drink sugary drinks anymore. It's all zero sugar. You know? I mean, this, last of my tea, this is made with stevia. So, I don't know why I froze like that. Just don't know. No one will ever know. If you don't know what he does, he is a superhero. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Dancing with my hands? A little bit. Jerry has a couple of YouTube channels if you miss his musk. One's mostly music stuff. The other is kind of toy-based called Holland Diecast that his son collabs on, which is kind of fun. It is fun to watch those. Game Babes. Yeah, the other Game Babes. Look, KP Senti is here. Welcome, KP Senti. And thank you again for the very, very kind words about adventures and game chasing. That made me feel... It makes me feel good. Makes me feel good to hear that. So I appreciate that. By the way, before we get too far into things, we should look at the liquids on the chopping block. I decided I'm going to give him this one more shot. One more shot. That is the Dragon Fruit Strawberry Cream Sucker Punch, which I believe came out before the movie did. There you go. Right now is in first place. And of course, we have, again, the mixed berries, which I can almost guarantee you this one's going to be good. And then, this company, Air Factory, I've never tried before, Strawberry Crumble. So choose wisely, folks. Choose wisely. But look, the last two of that company have been pupe. For sure. You can use mayo? What? Oh, on a tuna fish? Yeah, on a tuna sandwich? Yeah. Which I've tried to get myself to stop saying tuna fish sandwich because it's like saying fish. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah. I'll vape on a burnt coil because I don't feel like I've used it enough. Not me. Dark Man for $4.99. There's a lot of good deals. I'm telling you, every Tuesday, every Friday, there's new deals on the iTunes store, and a lot of times the other stores will match that. So again, I give you the link. It's in its descriptions. It's awesome. I look all the time. Tea with lemonade. See, that's a good one. And I'm telling you, when it comes to condiments, not condoms, condiments, mix your condiments. Mayonnaise, barbecue sauce, amazing. Barbecue sauce, mustard, amazing. Mayonnaise, ketchup, of course, right? Mayonnaise, mustard, awesome. And then what I do is I have a honey and sriracha mixture that I make, and I use that on my turkey sandwiches with mayonnaise, and it's awesome. So take that. Take that. Can't find Tahitian treats. It sucks, man. Sometimes I'll do Sprite and Coke and root beer. I think it's good. Well, there you go. Root beer is just a good, period. I just love root beer. But again, there's not a whole lot of... I mean, I think A&W makes a zero sugar root beer, don't they? I'm pretty sure they do. But see, what's weird for me is I preferred Barks when it came to just drink. Like, I'm talking about like I mean, of course, there's all these different craft root beers and, you know, all these smaller labels. But the ones that are readily available, there's A&W and Barks typically, right? And of the two, I'll pick Barks almost every time. I just will. I think Barks tastes better. But A&W for a root beer float. If you have Barks and you have vanilla ice cream, you don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it. Am I a Starbucks or Dutch Brothers guy? Are you asking me, am I a coffee person? Because the answer is no. I have been to Starbucks probably 3 times in the last 5 years. Dutch Brothers, I have. There are a few around me, but I've never been there. So, I don't know if they're any good. Cola and orange is called Spezzy, according to the guy from Pepsi Man. It's disgusting. Hey, I don't know. It's like the whole not being the smartest person in the room thing. I do the same thing on Twitch and would chat a lot if I personally know the streamer. That's another thing. You know, if I know somebody or if I've been in the chat a lot, you know, sure. But yeah, I don't typically. But see, like even Game Dave, it's like I get into watching him play, and so I don't even think to chat. And then every now and then I'll look at the chat and I'll go, oh, there's some funny things going on or whatever. But yeah, it's weird. Red Bull and Pepsi has been my jam lately. Been sober for 8 days. Well, Rufus, I mean, I would say congratulations, but I'm not sure. Are you doing it just because? Or are you doing it because it's like, oh, I'm now making a change? If so, hey, congratulations on the 8 days. You don't use condiments? What? I saw someone write 30 mile per hour this week. Dr. Brown's. I look, hey, I'll just say this. Barks has bite. Is that a slogan? Because I like Barks better. I've gone zero sugar. Are you a aspartame or sucralose sweetener person? I use stevia. I buy these huge boxes of stevia packets, and I put in my jug OT, not jug o shame, my jug OT. I put 4 of those bad boys in. And most people that drink it go, is this sweetened at all? It's barely sweetened. But that's how I like it. I think A&W root beer best. It has that aged vanilla. Man, I mean, you know, look, hey, again, it's great in a root beer float. To me, on its own, not my thing. Oh my God, that movie was so iconic. I really, really enjoyed it, and I hate movies. Well, KP Senti, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you. Barks has more of the bubbly feel, A&W for the cream flavor. True. I mean, if you're into cream, I mean, there you go. Tea is done. And welcome Game Chasers. The Game Chasers. The Game Chasers. Welcome. I'm the dumbest guy in the room. My chat logs be my sword. Yeah, trying again. I think I relapsed 4 times since I started hanging here. Counting day. LOL counting days, so it's like a collection. Rufus. I mean, look, I've never had to do that. I mean, you might say, well, you smoked for so many years and then you stopped doing that. I'm like, well, for the way that I look at it though, yeah, I quit in 2016 and I'm happy about that. August 2016 was the last, I don't remember what day, but yeah, it was the last cigarette I had. But I get it. Some people go, well, you're still doing nicotine, so you're still smoking. No, this is much different. But hey, there you go. I'm happy for you, Rufus, and I'm pulling for you. Barks has bite is a slogan. Ah, see, I don't remember that. I'm surprised nobody remembers. I don't remember it. Old commercials, probably early 90s. Wow. Christmas special when? Christmas special. The Order 42 Christmas special? I don't know. Probably around Christmas time because it's July. I can report that the first hour of your latest F76 stream was a delight, so whatever you're doing, it looks good on you. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Look, I love seeing you guys support each other. It's awesome. It's great. And welcome, Wraith. He quit tar. There you go. I quit tar, okay? And the thousands of chemicals that are in cigarettes. Nick Swardson was the kid in the What Do You Mean Barks Has Bite commercial. Wild. Really? Interesting. I did not know that. So, you guys, good for you, Rob. What do you mean, good for you? What are you talking about? What, not smoking for 8 years? I guess. I mean, thanks. I only go to Starbucks for the third place. It's an okay place to browse on my laptop. Interesting. I remember Barks have bite, but was playing Nintendo World Championships. Yeah, I mean, I saw Dave playing that, and it kind of made me want to buy it, even though I suck at stuff like that. I do. I just do. I just look for it because I remembered it as Game of Thrones. Wait, Game of Thrones bit. What a knob. Not sure what that means. But hey, all right. Red Bull gives you wings, not Barks. I feel that some streamers are engaging in a way where you don't feel compelled to chat, but some streams where you want to chat. Well, I think you, KP Senti, because you're chatting here, and that makes me feel good. I mean, look, here's the thing. I feel like if you're going to chat, then I should at least try to reply to you. You know, try. I mean, sometimes I skip over some and I miss things sometimes, but just got instead of has. Gotcha. Chatty Cathy's? Yeah. You guys are chatty Cathy's. So, let's get into some pickups, shall we? I mean, we're only 30 minutes in to actually get on some actual topics. How's that? Huh? All right. So, first off, Target and Amazon both had a buy 3 or buy 2 at regular price, get the third item free, basically. So 3 for the price of 2, I think is what Amazon said. So that's the deal that went on. Here's the first 3 that I purchased. These were from Target. Target, if you're nasty. First up, in 4K, Gattaca. This is a movie that I've always wanted to buy, and I never bought it. I never bought it on DVD back in the day when it first came out. I didn't buy it on Blu-ray. Now I have it in 4K. Awesome. Next one is one that had been on my list for a while, and I said, screw it, I'm buying it. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. This is right. These all came from Target. The next one is a movie that, again, wanted to see again, but couldn't find it anywhere. So I was like, okay, I'll just buy the 4K. So I did. The Truman Show. So this is a movie that I've seen, but it's been a long time. So we're going to watch Truman Show again eventually when I get to it. This next one I have, in fact, I recently put it on the shelf, the DVD. Did I take it off yet? No, it's still over there. But this is one that, look, I like Michael Mann, okay? I like Michael Mann. I like Tom Cruise. I like Jamie Foxx. Collateral. Yeah. So these are, again, these three, I think they were all less than 20, I think, something like that. So getting one free was kind of cool. So there you go. The next three, man, movies that I'd been on my wish list for a long time. And I just finally just said screw it, bought them. First up, one of the most underrated movies, and I was actually irritated with myself that I didn't go to the movie theater to support it and then support it with a review, and that is Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves, which has over an hour of bonus content. Hey, I haven't even popped this in yet. Again, all of these, I haven't popped in yet because I have a list, okay? So get off my back about it, all right? I'm making my way through my list, which is substantial. This next one was on my list for a very, very long time, and Kino Lorber recently had a sale, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to get that. But guess what? The shipping was the exact same. With shipping, I think it's like $8 shipping. It would cost the same as if I just bought it from Amazon or Target. And because of the buy three or get three for the price of two, I got it there. In Bruges. If you've not seen this movie, it's fantastic. Colin Farrell's great. Brendan Gleeson's great. Ralph Fiennes is great. It's an awesome movie. I really like it. Does this have reversible artwork? I didn't even think to check. It does. It does. So let's just switch that around now. Awesome. The original artwork. In Bruges. I didn't even think to check that. So there you go. In Bruges. 4K. Awesome. Love it. Love it. And this next one is a movie that I've been wanting to see, but I don't pay for Netflix 4K. And part of the reason that it took me so long to purchase this one is because it's pretty expensive. It's pretty up there. I mean, in some cases, like $30, $32. But I said, screw it. It's part of this deal. I'm going to go ahead and get it. All Quiet on the Western Front in 4K. Yes, I have it now. Yay. Yay, yay. So there you go. So that's 6 amazing movies that I got, but we're not done because Prime Day was here. And on Prime Day, man, a lot of movies that were in my wish list, they dropped in price. So I'm going to talk about the first one. Excuse me. The first movie is a movie that one of you suggested for me. I watched it and I loved it, and I said, I want the Blu-ray because there is no 4K for this yet. But we're talking about Showzama Max Sterling, If You're Nasty, and that is Out of the Past, which is a great, great, great movie. Like, I was surprised at how good this movie was. So this is the only the only special feature is a commentary by author, film noir specialist James Ursini. Ursini? Not sure, but there you go. I got Out of the Past. But by the way, I've opened all these. There's nothing. They're standard stuff like that. So, no big thing. This next movie is another one of those movies, sort of like Gattaca, where I saw it when it first came out on DVD back at the, it must have been those original Blockbuster days. But I never bought it. And I kept waiting for it to go on sale, and I just never got around to buying it. But because of the good old Prime Day sale, I said yes. Because it's on Blu-ray. Amelie. Steelbook collection, or Steelbook set. And when you open this up, I was thinking, oh man, this is a really It's a really nice steelbook. And then you open it up and it's like, oh, it's just a disc. Just a disc in there. But this is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, I highly, highly recommend it. It is from France. So you will have to read subtitles for this movie. But it is a fantastic, fantastic movie. I loved it. And yeah. Yeah. And Audrey Tautou, I'm not sure how you say her name. Because of this movie, she was in that Tom Hanks Da Vinci Code type movie, whichever the second one was, I think. I think she was in that. Yeah. So, man, I hate it when there's these little pieces of the cellophane that are left. I hate that. I hate it. Now, this next movie is a movie I've never seen. Never seen this. Now, this is going to be a surprise to some of you when you see the title. But this was a movie that I saw, a special 4K edition and the complete novel. Also includes the theatrical version. I said, okay. So the theatrical version is on one disc. The complete series, or the complete novel, is on the other disc. But we've got a new introduction, restoring, looking in, deleted scenes, and more. We're talking about The Outsiders. And you might be thinking, Rob, those are stars from the 80s. Like a ton of them. You got Patrick Swayze, you got Rob Lowe, you got Emilio Estevez, you got Tom Cruise, you got C. Thomas Howell, you got Ralph Macchio, you got freaking Matt Dillon. Oh, and that's Diane Lane. I mean, holy crap. That is a crazy cast. Never saw it. I just never got around to seeing it. I don't know why. I just never did. I'm going to watch it. It's on the list. Not on the shelf. It's not on the shelf yet, but it's on the list to watch. And this final one was, look, I wasn't even looking for this. But hey, I said, screw it. Let's do it. Let's do it. What was I gonna? Yes. Okay. Yeah. We're talking about this movie, which was only $11 on Prime Day. Edge of Tomorrow. We talked about this recently because the Blu-ray was at Big Lots for like $7 or something, but I was like, I want the 4K. I want to see this again. I've only seen it once. I want to watch this again and really dig into it. But I want it in 4K, and I was able to get the 4K for $11. So that's a pretty good deal. So there you go. That is all of the pickups right there. And I'd say that's a pretty good haul. Now, I mean, this was probably, let's see, that was probably 40, 15, 23, I think, and then 17, and then 11. So under $700 for all this. Quite a deal. I wasn't keeping track, honestly. So there you go. Amelie has new features. It does. All new. Jean-Pierre Jeunet looks back. I probably should have shown the back of Amelie. Commentary with director Jean-Pierre Jeunet and 11 behind-the-scenes featurettes. So there you go. Subtitles in French. I'm sorry, in English. Why do they have both? Like, why do they have captions and then they have subtitle for the deaf or hard of hearing? Why? Why is there a difference in what's on screen? Why? Does anybody know why that is? I don't understand that because it says subtitles, English, SDH. Why? Why not just one track? But the audio is in French, 5.1 DTS HD MA. So there you go. But yeah, like I said, I haven't seen this movie since probably when it first came out. So 2001. So that would have been the second time I worked at Block, because I left Blockbuster in 2000, then I came back in like 2002. So I probably watched this for the first time when it first came out on DVD, and just never got around. And it was a one of those it was like a slip case, and I remember it opened up and then it opened up again, and there were 2 discs in it, but I never got around to buying it. I just don't know why. I just never did. But there you go. So let me get caught up, because that was a lot. That was a lot of movies. That was a lot of movies. Sucralose, Splenda, Yellow Packets guy. Okay, well, I'll say this. If I don't have the choice, Splenda. Isn't Splenda the yellow one? Yeah, the yellow packet. Yellow packet. Yellow packet. I remember the commercials, but then, oh, right. I already read that. Rob, Wraith, and Rufus all do streams that compel a mofo to chat. Sucralose is the Coke Zero sweetener. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. But okay. For God's sakes, just show me the damn movie. F yeah, Collateral is my favorite Tom Cruise movie. Wow. I like Collateral, and I thought that was a really good performance from him. But I mean, I tend to think, what do I think is the best? Because, of course, Born on the 4th of July, Magnolia, those are way up there for me. Again, I've only seen it like a couple of times. I need to watch it again. But that's the purpose, right? That's why I bought them. Have you shown off your haul from the thumbnail yet, or did I miss it? Oh, KP Senti. That's what we were just doing there. So there you go. Truman Show messed me up. I had a paranoid delusion my life was a show for years. Still creeps in when things are uncanny. Remember thinking it must be on channel 2. Well, there you go. Like I said, I've only seen the movie once, and I remember liking it, but not enough to buy it. But then recently, I keep hearing it come up in conversations as like, oh man, this is one of my favorite Jim Carrey performances. And I'm like, I see movies differently now. I want to watch it again and check it out, you know? So there you go. I haven't seen Gattaca or Collateral on my watch list for a while. Yeah, Gattaca, Ethan Hawke, Jude Law, Uma Thurman. So Jude Law was his first big movie, his first big role, and it made me a fan instantly. That Jude Law is one of my favorite people now, and then he goes on. You look at his career. He puts on great performances, and I love the guy. I think he's great, and part of the reason why I'm really excited about the new Skeleton Crew TV show. It's coming on Disney Plus, a Star Wars show headed up by Jude Law. I'm like, dude, I'm in. Here's the thing though. I watch Star Wars even when I don't like it, really. We'll talk about that. But yeah, Jude Law is amazing. I also think that Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman, of course, they got together and had Maya Hawke. And you can definitely see it, by the way, especially if they're all standing together. It's like, oh yeah, that's basically, the with the software where you put 2 pictures in and you get this. Yeah, Maya Hawke looks exactly like the 2 of them. But Ethan Hawke is one of my favorite actors, period. He's so solid in everything he does. I think a lot of people look at him and they just think, oh, well, he's just one of those okay guys. But look at the amazing different genres that he does. And he's always solid. And I just like the guy. I think that the guy he's got a similar sensibility about him that I really like, but I try not to get into, actors' personal lives, which is why I can stay a fan of Tom Cruise, even though he's crazy a little bit. I'm just saying, a little bit. Look, go watch the clips of him on the Oprah Winfrey Show back in the Katie Holmes days, if you don't think he's just a little bit. Okay? There you go. But yeah, Gattaca is definitely. And Dungeons and Dragons, man. Dungeons and Dragons is one of those movies that it's so irritating that I didn't try to champion that movie earlier because it didn't do well. we talk about Horizon. I went and saw Horizon. I really liked it, but a lot of people didn't go see it, and now it went straight to streaming, and now, or not straight to streaming, but it went to streaming, and now there's a question of whether part 2 will even go to the theater, if chapters 3 and 4 will ever get made, whatever. But at least I feel like I did as much as I could. I went and supported it. I went and watched it. I championed it. There's nothing I can do. Dungeons and Dragons, I was way late to the party, and man, just what a fantastic movie. So I'm happy that I was able to buy it, to support it, to show that yes, I enjoy that movie, and I think we need another one. I've always liked Chris Pine, but I think this was the role that he feels like he's born to play. He was so good in it. Anyway, maybe a movie night watch. A movie night watch. Yeah, do it. I love Target. Gotta love their sales on release day and exclusives. Yeah, but my Target kind of sucks. Like I like some of their exclusive things. I have some of their exclusive things. But yeah, I mean, my Target just, it's not that they're a bad Target or anything like that. They're actually relatively new. But they don't put any, and I think Target in general has really pulled back when it comes to Blu-ray and DVD and 4K. They just don't. Big Apple 3 a.m. as a show name is genius. Must have gone to etiquette school with that cough. Oh, me? Yes. Everybody, look. This isn't idle, okay? This is a threat. Hydration Bear needs you to stay hydrated. So, I just try. Try not to piss him off, okay? Got to catch your stream one day soon. Yes. Interesting cover on The Truman Show. Is it the full season? It's a movie. It's not a season. It's a movie. But I mean, maybe the full season. I don't know. Are you joking? I can't tell. I saw Out of the Past since you guys were talking about it so much. Yeah, Carbonate, what'd you think of it? I mean, that was probably 30 minutes ago when you said that, but really, Rob, no Booty Call on 4K? I watched Booty Call, okay? I watched it. It was not good. Have you seen A Very Long Engagement? Has Audrey tattoo? I have not. But I shall put it in the recommend list. A very long. Oops. Now you guys might be wondering, like, why do you keep writing this down and you don't, I don't hear that you've ever watched them. Here's the thing. I watch them when I get the chance. Okay. But I have lots of movies that I look at and I go, oh, there's a lot of great movies on here that I definitely want to see. Manhunter. Yeah. Max, you gave me that one. Look, there's Death to Smoochie on here. There's Dress to Kill on here. There's the original Scarface that came from Spencer. Dark Knight of the Scarecrow from Lil Pee Wee. Look, there's a lot of great movies. Red Cliff from Filbert. Look, there's some great movies on here that I say they're great. I don't know if they're great, but I haven't seen them and I want to see them. But I also have the entire list of things that I've already purchased that I feel like I should watch those first. I feel like if I spent the money, I should watch them, right? Just saying. I've seen parts of this movie on HBO. On Amelie, it's so good. So good. The Outsiders. There you go. Outsiders is good, but I remember liking Rumblefish more. I've never seen Rumblefish. Never saw The Outsiders either. And Diane Lane is definitely a babe. For sure. For sure. Robert, nice. Yes. Prime Day, where everybody got their packages 5 days later. I actually got my movies 2 days after. Well, I bought a bunch of them on day one. So I got whatever day that was. And then I got him like on 2 days later. So it actually worked out. But I still have, man, I have things still on the way. And some things that I've pre-ordered. Just saying. I had to pre-order. There's one of them. We talked about it. Didn't we? Didn't we talk about Arcane? I pre-ordered it. I got to have it. I can't not have it. I have to support that. It's such a good show. If you have not seen Arcane on Netflix, if you have Netflix and you haven't seen Arcane, you must just watch the first couple. You'll be hooked. It's so good. And the animation is amazing. And to have it in 4K forever, had to do it. Had to do it. So I pre-ordered that. Joyce DeWitt. Let's do it. Let's Joyce DeWitt. I'm not sure what that is. I'm surprised that movie releases have not jumped on the bandwagon of having inclusions with their physicals. Well, a lot of them have. I mean, a lot of these have some great special features. I mean, there's going to be some of them that don't have a ton. Like that, you know, the Out of the Past with only the commentary. I mean, this movie, when did this come out? 1947. So, yeah. But like, this has a making of and a commentary. So I'm excited to dig into that. In Bruges has 4 featurettes, deleted and extended scenes. EPKs are but yeah. And some of these are not technically special edition type situations. But I'm just happy to have them, you know? There you go. Captions for deaf also have text describing sounds and music. Ah, okay. Okay, I guess that makes sense. That makes sense. Subs don't need that. All right. I guess. I try to keep the cellophane intact on my physics. Yeah, I can't. I can't. It's got to go. Yeah. Some people were complaining that the English dubbed Babylon Berlin season 4 didn't have English subs. Really? Really? Wow. Huh. That would suck. Isn't that from Kino Lorber? Kino Lorber is actually really good about that stuff. That's weird. In an apocalypse scenario, Rob would be the guy who crafts a disc Gatling gun. Well, hopefully it doesn't come to that point, but I have quite a few. In fact, I have a lot of doubles. So, and I mean like Collateral on 4K, but I also have the DVD, you know. In fact, that's what I ought to do, is I ought to go through in any of the snapper cases, I ought to try to get rid of the snapper cases. Because the snapper cases are kind of cool on their own, but they're also like, why you got to be different? Warner, you know? It was all Warner and New Line that did that stuff. I don't know. What's the difference between theatrical and complete? Was the movie not done when it got to theaters? Well, in this case, there was, I'm sure that the movie came out in the theaters. The studios typically try to say, okay, you want to make this movie? Okay, then we require it to be such and such runtime. So 120 minutes or less, 2 hours. 2 hours or less. And then the director films, every director films a lot of stuff, and then some of it just doesn't make the cut. You know, and you especially if you're mandated by the studio to come in with a certain runtime, a lot of times there are things that you film that you go, man, that is great stuff, but I got to get rid of it. I got to get under that 2 hour mark. So in this case, he probably went back and all the stuff that he took out for the theatrical release, he restored for the complete novel. That's just my guess. But a lot of cases, I mean, that happened to Kingdom of Heaven, which is a Ridley Scott film. The studios wanted a movie that was whatever they wanted. They wanted less than what Ridley had. Ridley had his movie together, and he goes, look, this movie this movie needs to be this long. And they're like, no, it needs to be this long so we can put it in theaters and show it more than 4 times a day. You know, because it makes sense from a theatrical standpoint. You don't want to have a bunch of movies that are over 3 hours or 3 hours or more. And, you know, between trailers and then the time it takes to clean the theaters, you know, you have to have that little window of time to clean the theater before the next screening. You can only have so many screenings per day. The shorter the movie, the more screenings you can have per day. So that's what happened with Kingdom of Heaven. And he went back and the theatrical version of Kingdom of Heaven, from what I heard, I never saw it. From what I heard, is terrible. And it's almost nonsensical. But then he comes out with his director's cut, which is, I think, restored over an hour worth of footage. And the movie is fantastic. The movie flies by. I love that movie. And many said that if that was the movie that was put in theaters, it would have been up for Academy Awards because it's that good. And it makes that much of a difference. In a lot of cases, it's mostly studio interference or, honestly, studio mandates. You know, we require a movie that's going to be less than this. That's just the way it works. That is a lot. It is a lot of movies. And that's not including the movies I had last week. The Mad Max anthology and Lawrence of Arabia and Revenge. Those are still sitting here. I haven't put them up yet because I just didn't get around to it. So take that. Risky Business 4K just came out on Criterion today. That's the first time it's been in 4K and it's Criterion releasing it. I am interested in that for sure. Problem is, I've never seen Risky Business. It's another one. It's another one I just never got around to seeing. So yeah, it's on the list, but for now, as you can see, I have all those movies, but then a lot of these movies I still haven't seen. That's what we're doing on the list. Oh wow, my TV was hella behind on the stream. Hey, I don't know what happened. But I'm glad to have you, you know, back to live. Explanation that would make sense to me. Just guessing though. Bucho, that does make a lot of sense. It does make a lot of sense that could be the difference, but I just got Reality Bites on HD Digital with Ethan Hawke, Ben Stiller, and Winona Ryder. I've only seen that movie once, way back when it first came out, and I remember being kind of ambivalent toward it. And what's weird is with Ben Stiller movies, a lot of Ben Stiller movies, I'm kind of ambivalent on. Like a lot of people say Mystery Men is a classic, and I'm like, I did not like that movie. But I like Tropic Thunder. I like There's Something About Mary. I like The Cable Guy. But some of his movies I don't vibe with. Gattaca is one of my favorites, and D&D so good. Yeah. Gattaca, like I said, I need to watch Gattaca. I need to watch Gattaca again. And that's part of the reason why it was on my list. Rob, are you watching Deadpool and Wolverine this Friday? No, I am not. And here's why. I'm seeing it on Thursday. So I'll be seeing it Thursday and having my review up Thursday night, which might mean that I'm late to the old game day stream. Just saying, it happens. One movie with Chris Pine that I love with Chris Pine is Bottle Shock with Bill Pullman and Alan Rickman and more. Great cast. Bottle Shock. I have never heard of this movie. Bottle Shock. 2008. Interesting. There you go. Bottle Shock. How have I never heard of this movie? That is quite a cast. Dennis Farina, Chris Pine, Bill Pullman, Alan Rickman, Freddie Rodriguez, Rachel Taylor, and Eliza Dushku. Wow. That's quite a cast. Interesting. You know what's funny? Isn't that Freddie Rodriguez? Isn't he in Planet Terror in the Grindhouse? Because I just watched Grindhouse. Remember, I bought Grindhouse last year. Yeah, I'm just getting around to watching that. Next on the list is Drag Me to Hell, which I got it from in the same box with all the Stephen King movies, which, look, the Stephen King movies, I watched all those so I could do a review on it. But yeah, I still hadn't watched those. So there you go. That's how far behind on my list I am. So, you know, there you go. Dungeons & Dragons is the closest movie in ages to come close to that fantasy comedy vibe that Princess Bride got dang near perfect. I agree with you. Such a good one. I didn't know it was a movie. It said show Ma be KP Senti. I'm not judging at all. But the way that you wrote it, I thought you were kidding. Is that the first season? The Truman Show? No. It is a movie. And it's, where a man is living his life and he doesn't realize that he's in a reality show. It's very interesting. And he grows up thinking that all of these people act the way they do, but he's been on a television show his entire life. It's kind of interesting. Out of the Past, it was okay. I'm not big into noir, but Robert Mitchum was great. Oh yeah, I'm a huge noir fan, and I just thought that movie had everything I wanted in it. So big props. Look, sometimes me and Shazama, we clash, we butt heads a little bit sometimes, and that's okay. But he's always okay in my book. For Out of the Past, that was a good one. Where's the Bucky Larson Born to Be a Star appreciation? That's a different channel, Derek. Well, welcome, Derek. How you doing? I saw parts of the Western Front movie. I had super bad delay on my TV while chatting and had to switch to PC. Did you see the cast of Rumblefish? I did not. Do we need to look that one up too? I can't type, apparently. Rumblefish, 1983. Look at there. Matt Dillon again. Mickey Rourke, Nick Cage, Dennis Hopper. Wow. Francis Ford Coppola presents, but who actually directed? Rumblefish. Oh, he did. Wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense. Did he also produce it? Look at that box office. Wow. What is the point of Rumblefish? So apparently some people did like it. Centers on the relationship between a character called the Motorcycle Boy, a revered former gang leader wishing to live a more peaceful life, and his younger brother, Rusty James, a teenage hoodlum who aspires to become as feared as his brother. Holy crap. And look there, Diane Lane's in that too. Wow. Okay. It's going on the list. Rumblefish. Let me do this. And that was Knights of Old. And again, I really would like to watch the rest of Babylon Berlin, but yeah. Big love for Arcane. Yes, absolutely. OA was a great Netflix series. What's OA? Opposites attract. Oscars, apples. I don't know. I meant physical inclusions like photo books, postcards, stickers, photo cards. Oh, well, KP Senti, I'll say this. Most of what I purchased, because Gattaca and Collateral are both available with steelbooks. So, you know what I mean? I'm not a steelbook guy. I am a movie first guy. As long as the movie and the special features are there, I don't care about all the postcards and all that other stuff. Because a lot of times what happens is, just like my huge freaking StarCraft battle, whatever, it's not a battle chest. What is it? StarCraft Special Edition. Big freaking box. Diablo, big freaking box. Guess how many times I'll look at it? Almost never. In fact, yeah, my Diablo is sitting over there just in a corner. Don't look at it. Don't look at any of the stuff in there. I looked at it once. So what's important to me is the material. And as long as the material, the movie or the game or whatever is there, I don't need a bunch of extra crap. Now that's just me. I don't need postcards and stuff that I'll never look at. It's part of the reason why this Blade Runner right here, special edition Blade Runner thing, all I cared was that, hey, I don't have Blade Runner on 4K. I might as well get the big bad special edition. Guess what? I haven't opened it since I bought it. Since I put it over there. Now, is it cool that I have it and it's worth a lot and all that kind of stuff? Sure. But it doesn't matter to me. I want the movie itself. So in a lot of cases, if there is a big bad special edition and a movie only edition, as long as the special features are there, I typically go with the movie only edition. It's just the way it goes. Unless I'm a huge fan of the movie, you know what I mean? Like a big fan that I want everything. Like I get like there's the Dune Steel books and there's the Dune set with all the other stuff, but I buy the art books. I'm good with all that, you know? That's kind of how I look at it. But it's just me. No English subs on the English dubbed. Oh, gotcha. Season 4 is newly streaming on a new streaming service, MHZ, megahertz. Interesting. There's English subs on the OG German audio. Ah, okay. Oh, Ace, how's it going? I'm not going to do it. Just welcome Ace. God, I want to do it. It's kind of like when, in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, there's the shave and a haircut. Right? Remember that? And Roger Rabbit's going crazy because he wants to come out and he wants to do the 2 bits, right? He wants to do it so bad, but it'll give him away. You don't want to do that. When I see Ace, I want to do the thing. But it's good to see you, Ace. Good to see you. Inclusions can occur with first print sometimes. Yeah, but most of the time now, I mean, if you look at some of the older DVDs and stuff that I have, some of those will come with slip cases with the chapter selection and all this stuff, or some actual like 4-page thing or whatever. That doesn't happen. Most of the time nowadays, it comes like, for example, this is the original release of Dungeons and Dragons, okay? Here's what's in there. You get that wonderful thing, and then a lot of times an ad with the digital code on it. Which I've also, I'll say this about the digital codes, by the way. The digital codes because I don't have the Mad Max movies. So I was like, well, I'm going to probably do the Mad Max movies for myself, right? I'm not going to give those away. All expired. It's the first time that's ever happened. And apparently it's all Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers has, if your Warner Brothers Blu-rays, if you have not redeemed them and they've expired, they're done. And I looked it up and people were saying, yeah, Warner Brothers is the first studio to actually abide by their stuff. And then there was all the other ones that had digital codes. Well, I redeemed them because I don't have them. But I will do the Lawrence of Arabia one at some point. So, there you go. You like Bill Pullman. That's my statement. Well, there you go. Is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas on your list? Criterion Collection. Here's the thing, Knights of Old. Everything that I've seen of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, I haven't seen the whole movie. Everything I've seen it makes me go, look, it's Johnny Depp, Benicio del Toro, directed by Terry Gilliam, right? It is Terry Gilliam doing that, right? But it doesn't look like it's for me. So I've never watched it, and I've almost purchased it many times, and I just haven't yet. I probably will at some point, but it's not oh man, I can't wait to get that, Arrow and Vinegar Syndrome, sometimes Shout has physical inclusions. Yeah, do I have any handy? So here's an example. Okay? Arrow. Here's my American Werewolf in London. Now, you can get this movie only. But typically, when it first comes out, it comes in a set like this. It comes in a box, nice slipcase. Comes with the movie. And in this case, it comes with movie. Lobby cards. Like, this is one disc because it's only the 4K, right? You got your lobby cards. Let's see. Does Arrow do? Yeah. So Arrow's got, see, I need to switch this around. I don't know what I'm thinking. So Arrow's got the new art that they did on one side, and then typically they do the original poster art on the other. So for this movie, the original poster art needs to be out there, It needs to be on there. So I will switch that around so that I have, because here's the thing. I have the new art, but now the disc has the original poster. Pretty cool. It also comes with, so you got the little lobby cards. It comes with a poster that is typically with arrow, double-sided, with the new poster art this way, and then original poster art. And then it comes with a book. And the books are really nice because there are essays about the movie. Criterion does this too. Criterion doesn't typically have like lobby cards and stuff, but they do typically put in a pretty nice book with a good essay or something like that. Some essays are better than others though, right, Bucho? Anyway, yeah, so there you go. It's pretty cool. So Arrow is pretty cool with that. But then here's a 4K release of 12 Monkeys. And for 12 Monkeys, this is the Terry Gilliam film. Can't say I'm not a Terry Gilliam fan. This one has that, a little booklet, but no lobby cards. And then this one does have the original art. So I should probably put that in there. So I can have slipcase, original art. So Arrow does a really great job with their releases too. But then you've got Vinegar Syndrome. They're another good one. Here's the thing. And this might get me in trouble with some people, but Vinegar Syndrome, their movies are, let's just say they're not the top tier movies in most cases. Arrow even sometimes dabbles in the not so great movies. These are two awesome movies. But yeah, I only own one. Oops. Dude, I hate that. I hate it when it does that. I'm still stuck. I need to. But like, here's Criterion. And Criterion did this special thing for Trainspotting, which I don't like. I do not like this case. So it's kind of like an envelope, and you open it up, and then the discs are like this. But look at this. If you tip it over, yeah, I do not like that. I like the traditional Criterion cases. But this also comes with a Trainspotting book with essays, some pictures, artwork. Well, it's actually, these are all pictures. But yeah, I'm not a fan. I love Trainspotting. It's one of my favorite movies from the mid-90s. But I do not like this case. I mean, it's kind of neat, but it's also kind of annoying because it can get bent up really easy. And it's not easy to get that back in there because I like my stuff looking pristine. It's already kind of bent up there. It's just kind of a bummer. So, since we're talking about Criterion, that's your typical case. It's just a really, really nice, if you look at the difference, most movies have that 4K Ultra HD at the top. Criterion has a full, I just like the way that Criterions look. And Criterion typically, you got your movies in there. You typically have artwork on the inside. So this one is just has a picture from the movie, but this has the 4K, the Blu-ray, and a Blu-ray of special features. Instead of a booklet, this has sort of this thing. So that is what Criterion does. So look, man, these boutique Blu-ray manufacturers, typically they spend a lot more time in the presentation department, and I really like that. But again, what's important? The movie. So there you go. My stuffy, damn it. Urgh. Rumblefish is on Criterion. Okay. Maybe this will get me into movies. Oh, movies are, man, you talk about collecting, you can get into some collecting with movies, and it's fun. I love it, but I also understand it when, man, it can get really expensive, especially if you're trying to, like, for example, if you're going to collect all the Criterion movies, that's going to be, there's over 1,000. It's crazy. But like, what I started doing is I started realizing that I don't want to buy movies that I'm only going to watch once, which is why typically I have to have seen the movies for me to buy them. It has to be some, excuse me, it has to be something that I'm going to watch more than once. And if there's no possibility that I would want to watch it more than once, I don't buy it. The only exception are movies like this, Revenge. I got this for $8 or $9. That's $4 more than it cost me to rent it, or $5 more, whatever it is. $5 more to have it on disc with special features, because when you rent movies digitally, you don't get special features. So in a lot of cases, yeah. But a lot of times I'll buy a movie that I just kind of like a mid movie, but that's got great special features. One of those, you can't see what I'm pointing at, To Live and Die in LA. I didn't care for that movie. It's not great to me. It's very middle range. But there's a commentary by William Friedkin. There's a bunch of special features. I want to see that. Civil War came out this year. It's good, but I really am not a big fan of the ending. But I want to buy the 4K because it's got an amazing documentary, multi-part documentary, which probably means it's probably going to be 2 hours or more, by Charles de Lauzirika, who I know is a great, he puts together some of the greatest special features ever. The one on Blade Runner is by him, amazing. The one on 2049 is by him, amazing. The one on Aliens is by him, and Alien, amazing. And Kingdom of Heaven, which is one of my favorite releases ever. It's great. So comprehensive. But I love that stuff. Any movie with Alan Rickman is worth a watch. I mean, you're not wrong. I've got to get out of here. You guys have a great night, Rufus. That was probably 45 minutes ago. But hey, I'm happy that you were here. And hey, good luck with all your stuff. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. Drugstore Cowboy on the list. It is Drugstore Cowboy. Do I have that on the list? I don't know if Drugstore Cowboy is on the list. Is it here? Here, let me do this. No. It is not on the list. Should it be? Should it be Knights of Old? I know that was, again, a long time ago. Here, I'm just going to put it on the list. Because you guys, Nothing But Trouble or My Stepmother is an Alien, Dan Aykroyd death match. Gotta be honest, don't like those movies. Seen them both, don't like them. Is it at least on your list to watch? Which one? Which one? KP Senti? I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Look, man, I keep putting them on the list. Gattaca and Truman Show, both written by Kiwi Andrew Niccol, who also directed Gattaca. I'm just saying. Oh, I do have to do it. Tom Ace. There you go. That was a while ago, but I got to it. I'm just a sucker for cool packaging, hence why I collect K-pop. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I mean, I totally get it. When somebody wants to buy a Big Bad Special Edition, here, you want to look at a Big Bad Special Edition? Let me show you this. And this is a great movie. I have been tempted to buy this, but I just, man, I can't justify it. I cannot justify it. But anyone seen The Conversation? Francis Ford Coppola, Gene Hackman, fantastic movie. Basically, I don't even want to say anything about it. It's great. Look at this special edition. It comes with a freaking cassette tape. The discs look like reel-to-reels. You get a poster, 2 posters, and a book. in an awesome big fat box set. That is awesome. I just can't justify that. I can't justify spending $91 on one movie. I can't. But holy crap. That is a cool set. Super cool. And now like the Arcane. Arcane has the steelbooks, right? Of 4K and Blu-ray. But then there's a big bad set with a bunch of extra stuff. And it's $150. So I spent $50 on the 4K steelbook. For $100 more, I get basically a bunch of paper and stuff, and it's like I can't justify that. But again, I totally get it. Totally. I mean, crap. I spent $60 on Cemetery Man. A movie I've never seen all the way through. So I get it. Lone Star. Exactly, Ricky. Fear and Loathing, you kind of have to see the whole thing, but it was brilliant. Okay. Fear and Loathing. Wow. I guess my fingers weren't on the home keys, because that looked like Fear and... Wow. Yeah, reversible covers are great. The folds are very... I would never hang these up, you know? But like... I don't have those. Where did I put those? See, I like them when they're like this. There's my link, and then on the other side, I have Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I like these posters that you get like on opening day of some movies. I think I have some, just everywhere, because I've typically go to movies on opening day because I'm a movie dork. So yeah, I would buy this movie edition just for this. See? Not all essays are created equal. That's true. Vinegar Syndrome has Roadhouse in 4K, top tier for me. I mean, okay. Like I have, the only Vinegar Syndrome release I have is Cloak and Dagger. And I also have, I also would like, again, can't justify the cost, Daryl. I like that movie, but I don't want to spend that kind of money on that. And then there are a couple of others here and there, but most they tend to go for the, the little kind of the sleazy movies. It's just not my thing. You got to get the rollerblade locking wheels for my chair. No, it's the what is this? The thing that goes on carpet so you can roll on it. Yeah, I have one of those, and it just gets stuck on the bottom of it. That's what it is. Yeah, don't like the digipacks. The Accountant. I'm not anywhere near as big a fan of Ben Affleck, especially playing someone smart as Rob, but I just watched it recently and really dug it. I got it in 4K. I watched it recently. Again, good movie. And they're going to make another one. That's right. They're making another one. Ben's coming back. What's his name? Punisher. His brother coming back. It's going to be good. I never thought that kind of cardboard packaging would make it to movies. An accordion thing, I would think that would be the norm in all releases. The Accountant is good. That's right. Not a huge fan, but enjoy Raider games, DC or Daredevil, and Gone Girl. 40 minutes behind. I'm not that far behind anymore. A little pricey, though. I didn't know you get posters going on opening day. It depends on the theater. Sometimes they get stuff like that are promotional materials for movies, and sometimes they just don't put them out. My theater, for whatever reason, they seem to always have extras of stuff, and sometimes you'll get posters of other movies and stuff like that. But like Civil War, I got like some weird postcard thing opening day. I can't remember. I have them somewhere. I just don't know where. I don't know where I have them all. Where did I stash those? They're probably in my freaking closet. I don't know. D.A.R.Y.L. Yes. New York Ninja was Vinegar Syndrome. Well, I mean, there you go. I usually only like Affleck in things where he's playing kind of a doofus, like Good Will Hunting and Dazed and Confused. Watched Dazed and Confused recently because I just bought the Criterion edition of that, the 4K Criterion. I say I just bought it. I bought that last year. But yeah, I just watched that. Great disc. And it looks great, sounds great, awesome. Office Matt, yeah. Totally bought him in The Accountant. It's a good movie. I'm pretty sure it's Too Fast, Too Accountant is the next movie. Sorry, but my headcanon, Good Will Hunting 2 is the scene in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Yes. Applesauce, bitch. Yeah, exactly. I would honestly start going to the movies if I got freebies like posters, to be honest. I mean, again, it's the lobby cards and stuff that they used to do that for all the movies. And it's all part of the promotional materials of the movie and stuff. The director's cut of Daredevil. Yes, I like it. I have it. I own it. See, I want a 4K of that. I know it would probably look like crap because of the stuff. But yeah. By the way, before we get too caught up, 14 votes. You have Dragon Fruit Strawberry Cream, which again, 2 weeks in a row, this company has gone in the box of shame. Can they redeem themselves? I don't know. Next, Mixed Berries. Next, Strawberry Crumble. Make sure you get your vote in. Honestly, that is a pretty big lead, though. 57% of the votes. I don't know if anything else could win. But I'm just saying, this company, 2 weeks in a row, bad. But look at this wick job. The coils look beautiful. The blue color on those coils. The wick job is probably one of my better wick jobs. Man, it's ready to go. So I'm just saying, if you don't vote today, then you don't get to vote funky. It's the rule. The Accountant 2, My Marker's Revenge. Numbers. I tried and just can't get into Dazed and Confused. I love that movie. It's great. You think I should call it? You should call the Dragon Fruit? Nice wick job. Yeah, it's pretty. It's very pretty. Yeah, and I didn't know that Sausage Party had a series now either because that movie was bad. The movie was... I couldn't stand it. I just couldn't stand it. So look, here's the deal. I have got to go make water. So, because I did drink a lot. So, here's the deal. You guys keep voting. And when... Oh, I'm on Top Chat, not Live Chat. What the hell? I'm sorry if I missed anybody's comments because I was on Top Chat this whole time. Everything Seth Rogen does is bad. Really? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Why am I up here talking like this? I don't know. So yeah, I'm going to go tinkle. Right? I'm going to put my pee in there. I found a place to put it. I'm going to put my pee in the bathroom. So you keep voting and we'll see what wins. Okay. So be right back. Be right back. All right. Well, I don't think it was going to do anything. So there we go. I'll tell you this. That was a lot of pee. Stay hydrated, people. Except that last part of the movie. Oh, Sausage Party. Yeah, that last part was too much. Most of his movies are meh. Tinklewick. Passing water in the toy bowl. They could have a way better voice actor for Donkey Kong. I mean, you're probably right. You're probably right. He does do Invincible, and doesn't he have stuff to do with in the Boys? Boys is good. So yeah. Danny DeVito as Wario. Oh man, that is okay. That's great. That's some great. That's some good casting right there. So look, here's the deal. Dragon fruit, strawberry cream wins. Okay. It's just what happens. I mean, now these two. Wow. Wow. I can't believe that 3 weeks in a row, these two have lost. Do I have to vape these on my own? Because I can, again, this one, I guarantee you is good. This one, I don't know about. I've never vaped anything from this company. But this, I gotta say, I'm a little skeptical. I'm a little skeptical, guys. You chose it. We're going to try it. Didn't like Invincible, and The Boys was okay the first time I saw it. And when I tried to rewatch, I was just super bored. It's time for the nut, guys. Time for the nut. Okay, I will say that smells nice. Smells real nice. This is, again, called Sucker Punch with a dark-haired vixen on the front. Not the nut, the nuck. Little dot. But see, there's this weird aftertaste. It could be their nicotine. I'm just going to say it. It might be their nicotine. Their nicotine must just suck. And the thing is, this was manufactured in April. So there's no reason why this I mean, it's not like this is bad, quote unquote bad. So yeah, I don't know. I got to say it. I don't know. It does taste pretty nice though. But look at those again. Look at those gorgeous blue coils. Those blue coils, nichrome does that. When you dry fire and you burn them, beautiful, beautiful blue, beautiful blue. So yeah. Okay. Oh, I gotta turn it on first. 75 watts, 0.18. We got the vapors. Got them. All right. Screwed on. Oh, let's take the top off first. Screw this down. Blah, that juice. Look at that. Look at that. And then it connects, and then the air bubble comes up. We're good. We're good. I don't know. Any test tasting music? No, we don't have any. We don't have any music today. Sorry. No. But this is. It's weak. It's just weak. I don't know. This one feels like two flavors. Dragon fruit, strawberry. Done. Call it a day. It feels, and then there's this weird bitter aftertaste, which means to me that there's not enough to counteract the flavoring of nicotine. Because nicotine is definitely part of the flavoring because it has flavor. It just doesn't taste that. It's just okay. Give you an example. This is the one I made. Acai. It's got, this is what it's got in it. Acai flavor, which is basically like a berry. Greek yogurt, honeycomb, and granola, or an oats flavor. That's what's in this one, and it is fantastic. This is one I made, and I can't, seriously, I love it. I love it so much. I vape a ton of that. This tastes like two flavors. I just don't get it. I don't get it. This company, excuse me, used to be one of the top companies when it came to e-liquid. This is, it's not, the thing is it's not bad. It's just not good. It tastes like 2006 or 2006. Tastes out like 2016, where things weren't, people just really hadn't gotten into it as much, right? Vaping was still on the rise, and it tastes boring to me. Just completely boring. Ito Ramos, welcome. Good to see you. I wish you'd been here earlier so you could have voted this one out of the winning category. It's just not that good. Now here's the thing. I didn't realize this, but I bought another dragon fruit strawberry cream from a different company. Guaranteed it's better. Guaranteed. Guaranteed it's better than this. You need to stick with your flavor, Vape Chef. Well, I mean, apparently. No, I don't think it'll go into the jug of shame tonight. I'm going to give it a couple of days because, again, sometimes these weird bitter flavors can work themselves out. The other two, it wasn't that there was this, they had the bitter flavor too, but they kind of worked itself out. The problem is it was incredibly boring and it tasted like a single flavor liquid. It's just boring, you know? So this is just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It's irritating. 3 in a row. 3 in a row. You guys voted on that flavor. And what flavor, in your opinion, would a Halifax taste like? This would taste like maple syrup, and it would be awesome. I'm a nice waffle with maple syrup on top. A buttery waffle. Yeah. So here's the deal. We've got some things to talk about. Since we did the liquid, and that's sitting over there now. Let's talk about some things, huh? So last week, your voice is sounding super strong tonight. Sounds like you got a good 5 hours in you. I don't know about that. Probably more than like an hour and 20. But let's just talk about it, okay? Let's talk about it. Who saw it? Who saw it? Who liked it? Who didn't? Hit me. Because here's the deal. There are people that like this show. There are. I wish I was one of them. I dislike this show. I didn't hate it, but don't need to rewatch it. Yeah, there are The thing that's most frustrating about this show is that there are moments of brilliance, and then there are things that just don't make sense. So here's my suggestion. If you don't like the show, because of its poor editing, its poor storytelling. Don't hate the show because of a couple of lines of dialogue that don't really matter. Hate the show or don't dislike the show because it's poorly made. And let's just move on and not talk about it ever again. I can't get into caring for the characters. I mean, I understand that too. I couldn't connect to anybody, really. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating because, like I said, I think there are some good ideas here. The construction needs help, yeah. So, yeah, we're just going to move right along. Because here's the thing. We can sit here and talk about how they could have done this or they could have done that. But the fact is, it's over. And they're either going to make a season 2 or they're not. And nothing we talk about today is going to make us feel any better about what we watched. So there. Now, the other thing that ended this week was The Boys. Ito earlier said that he wasn't a big fan. What exactly did you say? It was Ace. The last season of The Boys was meh, but I guess I require taste. Here's the thing. I didn't think that the show was bad. I don't think the show is bad. But man, it was really difficult to rate it as high as House of the Dragon. Because House of the Dragon, every single week, like I said, I've said it before, I sit back and I go, I'm going to be entertained. There could be some crazy stuff that we see, crazy action, cool action, or it could just be some of the best writing and the best dialogue, the best character interactions. The Boys is fine, but it's very mid-level for me. So, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. It's very mid. But yes, this week is this. And yeah, I will be seeing it Thursday. I'm hoping for the best. I've heard lots of great things. Multiple reviews from people who have seen it already that said that, yeah, this is a return to form for Marvel. We'll see. Hashtag no spoilers, because I know those spoilers are out there. And I would highly recommend that if you do want to see this movie, that you stay away from some of those places. Because if you're interested in seeing what's going to happen, what's going to go down, there's a good chance you're going to get spoiled. And that's not good, So there you go. And from what I hear, again, hashtag no spoilers, this movie has a lot more heart than you think. So there were people that saying, yeah, it's hilarious, but also there are some tears. So I'm hoping for the best. Hoping for the best for the Deadpool and the Wolverine. But that's because, well, I'm a fan. And I always hope for the best. See, there's tons of movies that come out that I don't necessarily go, yeah, I don't care about that. But I'm always hoping for the best. I'm hoping that the movie is everything that people love it, right? If people love it, great. I don't have to be one of those people that love it. I just hope people love it. Like, I liked Inside Out too. I liked it quite a bit. Do I think that it should be the number one movie of the year worldwide? I mean, okay. I didn't know if it was that good, but I'm so pleased that people like that movie. And I'm really pleased because, I want theaters to stick around. So there you go. Is that the worst Star Wars show, or is it is Book of Fett worse? Still liked it better than Book of Boba Fett or Obi-Wan. Here's the thing. You know what's sad is I'm having trouble figuring out which one I liked the most. Because I mean, you got to throw in Ahsoka too. As much as I love the character of Ahsoka, Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, and now The Acolyte. And those are four. There are moments in each one that are like really good. Like I was totally in to Obi-Wan. But then things happened. And it was like, Ahsoka ending was pretty lame. Yeah. I felt the whole thing felt very it didn't feel Star Wars quality. It felt more TV than any of the other shows. And Mandalorian season 3 was, if I remember correctly, Mandalorian season 3 was kind of the same way. Where it was kind of like, that looks like you're on a free, you're just in a little set. But there were moments of season 3 that I really liked. So yeah, you've got Ahsoka. See, here's the thing. Are you looking for an overall story? Because I got to say, Obi-Wan had moments. The first episode I thought was fantastic. The fight was pretty cool all the way up until he just leaves him there. It's kind of wrong at the end. Because then when I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master. I mean, yeah. But there should have been a way that they were separated and they couldn't finish the fight. If you want to make Obi-Wan super badass and make him almost beat Vader, but then have something happen that separates them so neither one can finish the other, that makes more sense. Because now you look at Obi-Wan as the reason why all the bad crap in the first Star Wars movie happened. Because Obi-Wan didn't finish the fight. That's annoying. But the fight was cool. You know? And I actually liked their conversation on Alderaan. But then again, Obi-Wan is probably the most wanted man in the galaxy. Why would you put the person that you just saved at risk by going back to her home planet? That's Ahsoka just was cheap looking. I didn't really connect with anybody. Sabine felt like a different character than what she was in Rebels. But there was that scene with Anakin, which was pretty cool. I like that. That was really good. I mean, and it didn't feel like just member berries. It felt like it had a purpose. I like that. But still, one episode doesn't a series make. I think that this might be the worst. The Acolyte might be the worst because there's not one episode that I thought was so much better than any of the others. But Book of Boba Fett? No. Yeah. No. What is that? Oh, sorry. I definitely think that I think Acolyte was worse. Worse. A new Doctor Strange? Hmm? I would love a new Doctor Strange. I love the Doctor Strange movies. The second one isn't as good, in my opinion, as the first, but it's still really fun. I like that movie. But Both Book of Boba and Obi-Wan mostly felt like fanfic to me. Reheated, stale ideas, way too much looking backward, very little that felt fresh, leaning too hard on easy mode nostalgia. I get that too. The Acolyte at least had the balls to try new stuff. That said, I still can't imagine I'll ever watch The Acolyte again either. I haven't watched any of them again. The only one that I'm really interested in watching again is Andor. I'm probably going to watch season 1 again before season 2 comes out because it's that good. Exactly, Cosma. Reheating stale ideas like reheating a steak from the refrigerator. Darth Maul spinoff would be cool. Cool. Yeah. I was actually, you know what I was thinking? And I know there's people that don't like this movie. But I was thinking, dude, do the Lando thing. Do the Lando show. But do it where, while you still have him, shoot Harrison Ford and freaking Billy D. Williams sitting around a table and them talking about their old exploits. Film it all in one day, just in case. I mean, they are getting old, right? Film it all in one day, and then do Alden Ehrenreich and freaking Donald Glover being Han and Lando get into adventures. Yes, and real adventures, not like an adventure of the week. Kind of like what I thought The Mandalorian was going to be. I thought The Mandalorian was going to be like Kung Fu, where every week he goes to a different place, gets into a different set of problems and trouble or whatever and adventures, and then he goes on to the next city. Same thing. Do that with Han and Lando would be great. But nobody seems to want that. And you don't have to tie it into anything. You don't have to be like, well, at the end of season 2, it's going to link right up with... No. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Nothing has to link together. But I would like that. I think it'd be really fun. Or, here's the thing. You don't want to, pay Harrison Ford and Billy D. Williams to sit down at a table and say 7 pages of dialogue. I get that. I understand that. Don't do that. Then, how about you take the same kind of concept, twist it up a little bit, but tell that story. Smugglers on the run, getting into different adventures with different, with bounty hunters, with, the Hutts or the other people, the crime syndicate, all of that stuff. And then, they get the Empire's after us, but you don't have to link it up with anything. You don't have to have cameos from, look, it's R2-D2. For some reason, he's here. Oh, look, Dr. Evazon is here again. And he's going, when I was on the death sentence on 12 systems, blah, blah, blah. Stop it. Just tell a good story. Tell a fun story in a place that we've never seen before. And do it and have fun with it. And don't connect it to anything. Just let it be its thing. But there you go. That's just my opinion. You can kind of rank them in terms of money value of rewatchability. I'd pay $30 to rewatch Andor or season 1 Mando, but you'd have to pay me $100 to rewatch Acolyte, $300 to watch Boba or Obi-Wan. Wow. Am I getting the Deadpool Wolverine popcorn buckets? No. It's just, I don't care. Now, here's the thing. I'll say this. If we go and they're there and we get there early enough to get one, maybe. But I'm not like 100%, I got to have that. I will say that I want the Alien Romulus bucket. That one looks awesome. I want to buy 2 of those. We might have to get 2 popcorns. 2 individual popcorn kernels. Yes. Because my wife likes it too. Talking with flashbacks. I think that would be cool. Look, I get it. I understand. There's people who are like, Alden Ehrenreich isn't Harrison Ford, so it's not the same. It's not Harrison. Okay, fine. Do it with 2 different people then. You don't want to pay Donald Glover and Alden Ehrenreich and Harrison Ford and Billy D. Williams to do this. Okay, fine. Take that same idea, and it doesn't have to be, a white dude and a black dude. Just tell some stories in the crime world, but have it be about, crime instead of Book of Boba Fett, where he's like, oh, I'm the most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy, but I'm going to turn over a new leaf to lead what's left of the Hutt Empire. Dumb. Basically, I don't really like any of them. For $300. What about a crossover? Blade Runner and Star Wars? No. Hell no. No crossovers. Well, I don't think that can even be done, right? Blade Runner is owned by Warner, which is probably why, well, Alien and Predator having a crossover was easy because they're both Fox properties, which are now Disney properties. You couldn't do Blade Runner like that because it's a different company. But I'm not a fan of crossovers. I don't like them. Like they're supposedly going to do a G.I. Joe and Transformers movie. I'm like, oh, okay. Another movie I don't care to watch. I didn't like any of the G.I. Joe movies. And the only Transformers movie I kind of liked was Bumblebee. So, it's time Rob was put in charge of Lucasfilm. Hell no. Actually, you know what? I'm exactly the kind of asshole that would be perfect to run Lucasfilm because I don't care what the fans think. I wouldn't. I'd be like, here's the thing. I'm going to tell a story. Some of you may not like it. But if you don't like it, guess what? I'm still going to tell my story from A to Z. You're going to get a complete story. You may not like it, but you're going to get a complete story. And I'm not going to change tack right in the middle because some idiot on Reddit said, oh, I don't like that. I think that's stupid. Screw you, dude. I don't care. I'm writing a story that's from the heart. That's what I would do. But if that was the case, I wouldn't be writing it. I'd be, I don't know. Talking about that one time they jumped through a ring of fire on a speeder. Classic. I mean, look, I just think it would be fun. Remember when you were frozen? Yeah, but pissing off a princess, I'd rather be on Hoth. I mean, look, here's the thing. I think it would be more like, them doing, like, the way that I would do it is I would do it where they're going on maybe one of their last adventures or something like that. Of course, now I don't know when you would do it, when you would set it, but it would be interesting that they were on the way to do something. And at the beginning of every episode, you have this little interlude, like a part of their story, so that if you cut the first part of the episode and link them together, you would get a complete story from Han and Lando as older men. But then it would have to play in to what was going to happen in the past in that episode too. You know what I mean? I think that would be really cool. And I got to be honest, that's one of those things what's like, you had it right there. Why didn't you do it? Why didn't you do that? Nobody thought of it, apparently. Or somebody looked at the box office from Solo and said, nobody wants to see Han Solo anymore. No. You marketed it like crap. You put it a week after Infinity War. And you placed it 6 months after one of the most divisive Star Wars movies in the history of movies. I mean, that's why Solo failed. I think Solo's a better movie than 7 and 9. And maybe Rogue One. Just saying. The Deadpool popcorn bucket is sick. It is funny, but I just don't need that. Print it, can it, make a trailer. I like that the runtime for Alien Romulus is 1:59. I think that's the sweet spot in my opinion. See, here's the thing. And this is the thing that everybody needs to keep in mind. And this goes for anything. To me, I think it's for TV, it's for movies, it's for YouTube videos. They're going to be as long as they need to be. A good movie is never long enough. A bad movie is never short enough. Right? Like you've seen some bad movies that you're like, wow, I can't believe I have 20 minutes left of this piece of crap. And how many times have I watched a great movie and sat there and went, oh man, I only have 20 minutes left. I wish this could go on for another hour. That's the thing. To me, Alien Romulus, runtime doesn't matter to me one bit. It could be an hour and 46 minutes. It could be 2 hours and 46 minutes. If it's a good movie, I'm in. That's just the way it works for me. So yeah, I don't care about length. I never have. Even as a kid, I would look forward to the time when it's like, okay, I've got so much time. Let's see. How long is Aliens? 2 hours and 17 minutes? Done. Done. Is that actually right? Yeah, I'm a fan of Aliens. I've seen it many times and I know the runtime because I used to do exactly that. I used to go, how much time do I have? Okay, this movie is this long, this movie is this long. Okay, I have enough time to watch this movie and this movie. That's how I used to do things. Because I'm a freaking dork. But I don't care. Longer movie the better. Perfect example. Fantastic movie. Fantastic. And it is 226 minutes. So 346. And I don't know how many times I've just sat and watched pieces of that movie because it's so good. But that's me. That's like having Salacious Crumb as a medic helping hurt Jawas. That's just not his character. Crossovers are sweet because it's different. Well, yeah, but yeah. Isn't Blade Runner just a prequel to the Alien series? Ryu's Realists, welcome. Aliens and Blade Runner would be good. Here's the thing. There has been an attempt by Ridley to try to connect the two. But there hasn't been any canon connection that possibly the Weyland-Yutani is related to. I just went blank on the name. Blade Runner. What's the name of the? I can't remember. But what I'm trying to say is, one is Warner Brothers, one is Fox. They would have to do, or Disney. So that would have to be. There would have to be a lot of talk. No, what's the name of the company though? Blade Runner. Oops. Company name. Tyrell Corporation. So Tyrell and Weyland-Yutani, or Weyland Corp. Weyland Corp and then Weyland-Yutani after the insane problems that they ran into. Oops. Because of the Prometheus stuff. But yeah. So yeah, that would probably never happen. You really think Seven Samurai isn't long enough? If Seven Samurai kept going, if there was a sequel, if there was more, I would watch it. I love Seven Samurai. I love it. So yeah, no good movie is long enough to me. That's just how I look at it. Have you seen Red Rock West? I think I may watch it this week. I've never heard of it. Never heard of it. I want to get Detour from Criterion. I think it's 69 minutes. Yeah, see, some movies are just short. That's fine, but yeah. And the Melvor is here. Welcome, Melvor. BlackRock. What's BlackRock? Did I like Logan's Run? If you're asking me, I would say possibly. Like a little bit. Like, that's one of those movies that I look at and I go, yeah, that was, I'm glad I watched that. I never need to see it again. I don't think it's that good. Um, but I'm glad I watched it. It is a piece of sci-fi history. And if you look at Logan Run and then you look at a year later, the original Star Wars movie came out, there's a huge difference. I'm just not as big a fan of Logan's Run. I didn't grow up with it. I watched it way later. So, yeah. And not Gary. Welcome. Good to see you. It has an interesting story. Yeah, I like it. Like I said, I like it. But I'm good. I saw it. I'm good. So, would you rewatch either the first Bay Transformers or Rise of Skywalker for $50? I'd rather watch the first Transformers than watch Rise of Skywalker again. And I own it in 4K. It's so frustrating because The Rise of Skywalker is a beautifully made movie. It's beautifully shot. I mean, you can say that about the entire sequel trilogy. It is beautifully shot, but man, I don't want to watch Rise of Skywalker ever again if I don't have to. But there's scenes that I really like. I think are really cool. But yeah. No. So, I just want to say really quick, this weekend is San Diego Comic-Con. So there will be a lot of news coming out this weekend. So here's the thing. I just wanted to go over a couple of things that I think will be talked about. Let's start with Marvel. Of course, they're going to be talking about Fantastic Four. I think we might get a Doctor Doom casting, possibly. Not sure. They probably will also be talking about Avengers 5 and 6. Now, here's the thing. There was a report that came out that said the Russo brothers attempted to work on the next Avengers story, and Kevin Feige told him no. And then a couple of days later, the Hollywood Reporter reported that the Russo brothers were in talks to do 5 and 6. So who knows? I'm sure we're going to get some other Marvel news there, but that's really that's really about it. And of course, I'm sure Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman will probably be there promoting Deadpool and doing a victory lap because that movie is going to make so much freaking money. DC is going to be there, but no James Gunn. James Gunn will not be there. So there will be no new DCU announcements or anything like that. As far as we know, that's just what has been reported on, is that James Gunn is not attending San Diego Comic-Con. But there will be, I don't know if they're going to be doing a whole panel, but they're going to be talking about the Penguin, which looks amazing. If you're a fan of Colin Farrell, come on. The Penguin looks amazing. The Penguin looks awesome. And then also the Cape Crusader Amazon series. They're probably going to be talking about that. But yeah, so we'll see. But the thing is, nobody really knows until Comic-Con actually happens. When it comes to Star Wars, of course, you know, I'm a Star Wars fan, even though I very dislike the Acolyte. I can safely say that I hate the Rise of Skywalker, but I love Star Wars. I'll always love Star Wars, and nothing can change that. But most of the announcements that they're going to supposedly are going to happen surrounding Star Wars is going to happen a few weeks later at Disney's D23 conference. So there's only going to be some, I would say mostly like comic book and book related stuff happen at Comic-Con, but who knows? You never know. I saw that Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power is going to be there. I honestly don't even know if I'm going to watch season 2 of Rings of Power because the first season was not good. Not good. Was not a huge fan, so we don't know. Amazon and the team for The Boys, I will say, will be there talking about season 5, and of course there's Gen V season 2, which is coming. Star Trek will be there doing their thing. You got Strange New Worlds, which I hear is pretty good actually. I don't know. I don't have Paramount Plus anymore, so I can't tell you, but a lot of people seem to be liking Strange New Worlds. They're going to be talking about that and some other stuff. And then, of course, Alien Romulus might have a screening. It will be just, 16, 17 days before it opens. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I want to hear more about other stuff that I have no idea what's going to happen. But San Diego Comic Con is always fun if you're into the news and new stuff happening. It's always fun to kind of keep an eye out for the San Diego Comic Con releases. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I will say that we got trailers for Rebel Moon, the director's cuts coming this week, or I guess next week. So the first, right? Or the second, whenever it is. The director's cuts for Rebel Moon, and apparently they think, oh, boobs and gore. That makes a good movie. So we'll see. I honestly, does anybody plan on watching it? Because I probably am not going to waste my time. I don't I don't I don't know. I don't know. Um and then Joker, Folie à Deux. We got the new trailer today for that. And I got to say, I don't know how everybody else is feeling about Joker 2. As I said last week, Joker 1 is a good movie. It's good. But I don't understand the fervor surrounding that movie when that movie came out. I don't get it. I don't understand why it made so much money. Like, I like it. It's fine. I don't think it's nearly as good as some of these people think. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's just a fine movie. It's well done. Great lead performance. Other than that, So we'll see. The difference is you got Lady Gaga in there playing Harley Quinn. And I got to say, it looks like it could be a really, really well made movie. So I'm interested in it, but I don't really care. Like I'll probably go see it. I'll probably go see it. And I'll probably review it. But I don't really care that much. I will also say, is it next weekend? I got to get tickets for Trap, because the more I see the trailer is on like every movie I've seen in the last however many weeks. Trap is on every single movie. And I got to say, every time I see the trailer, I'm like, dude, this is a cool idea for a movie. I like this idea. So I kind of want to see that. And I kind of want to review it. Even though M. Night, man, talk about hit or miss. But yeah. So yeah. Let's see, wait. The Dead Speak. I was already done. Ryu's Realist, I'll tell you this, man. We all should have known that we were in trouble when the announcement was in Fortnite. So in order to get the full story, you had to have played Fortnite. We should have known. We should have known it wasn't going to be good. But it's so frustrating to see something I mean, I get it. I understand why people hate Disney and all that kind of stuff. I understand it. I get that feeling. But I also know that we got some really good things out of it. You know, Disney has not done all bad things. But it's so frustrating to look back on those movies and go, wow, you had all the pieces. You fumbled. You really fumbled. And you made 7 and 8 almost unwatchable. Because now I can't watch it without thinking about what's going to happen. And see, some people say, well, that's how I feel about all of Star Wars now. Is knowing that all the sequels happen, I can't even watch the old ones. I'm like, no, 1 through 6 are still really good. I still like 1 through 6. Except 2. 2's, ooh, man, 2's rough. 2's got moments. But yeah, anyway, I'll stop talking about Star Wars. I get you Order 42 show, but hypothetically, what would your price be to rewatch in one uninterrupted sitting with full attention, no phone, iPad distraction, etc.? Rise of Skywalker. What would be the price? See, here's the thing. Now that the damage is done, it's kind of like, did you see that? My right eye twitched just thinking about having to rewatch that freaking movie. But here's the thing. The damage is already done. It's kind of like I never understood why you could say the F word once in a PG-13 movie, but if you say it twice, it's suddenly rated R. Like twice makes it that much better or that much worse. I never understood that. It's like you already broke the dam open. Now, if every other word, if it's the Big Lebowski and he's saying the F word every, 2 seconds, I can understand. But why would you have, would there be a limit? Like there should be a range, right? For me, The Rise of Skywalker, the damage is already done. So I could probably watch it again. In fact, I did watch it again when I got the 4K set. Because like I said, the movie's beautiful. It really is. But yeah, I don't really think it would cost that much. I would be happy if I could get $50 for it. For my paint. But I honestly think that the damage is done. So, having been to New York Comic-Con, it's a very enormous spectacle of show, but everything is expensive. Well, sure. But see, like some people go to Comic-Con for the announcements, for the panels. They don't go for the deals or whatever. Yeah, you're not going to find deals really at Comic-Con. I'm more about the news coming out of it because I'm a dork and I feed on the knowledge of what's coming. I love that stuff, It's just me. Joker 2 didn't look as good as 1. Okay. Yeah. I didn't like Joker, so I'm going to pass on it. Okay. See, I think there's a lot of people that are probably, I think some people that went and, gave it that $1 billion box office, which is still, I can't, like, why? How? But, there's going to be a lot of those that are like, yeah, not a fan of Gaga, rather have Swiftie than her. Yeah, but I like I don't think Taylor Swift could, look, I don't know if she can act at all, but I don't know if she could do Damaged. I think Lady Gaga, her acting ability, I think she can do Damaged. So I'm excited for it from that perspective because I don't think a Taylor Swift could come in against and play convincingly against Joaquin Phoenix. I just don't think, however good she is, she's not that good. Like Joaquin Phoenix is, come on. He won Best Actor for it. Some might not like Joaquin Phoenix, but that was an incredible performance. And he has put out multiple incredible performances for years and years and years. I just don't think Taylor Swift could match that. But I get what you're saying. And hi, Rachel. Good to see you. When I went to Comic-Con, it was just to see the toys on the floor. Yeah, there's that too. I've been to comics cons, well, not really Comic Cons, but just different conventions around Dallas just for that same purpose. Going with friends and stuff. Most of the time, I don't buy anything because I know I can get it cheaper online. But yeah. Been rough lately, but I should be fine now. How about yourself? Lady Gaga isn't acting Damaged. She is. Look at her. Well, Ricky, I think she's a good actor, but that's just me. Joker hit at the right time. It was different than the other movies. Great performances. It hit with your youth, so got butts and seats at that time. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where this movie fits into the current zeitgeist. I just don't know if it'll. Yeah, I don't know if it'll hit the same way, but we'll see. I don't like Gaga's music, but she held her own with Adam Driver. She has legit screen presence. I still haven't seen House of Gucci, so there you go. And I never saw the Stars Born. I never saw that one. We will be okay, Rachel, Wraith. I hope you're both are okay. Go through some stuff. I hope you're okay. Now I have, okay, couple of things, just a couple of quick news things. And then I have a little kind of a game, kind of. But this was from Filbert. Filbert last week, or yeah, right around last week, suggested a topic. And I love the idea, so we're going to do that here in a minute. But first, I want to bring this to your attention if you didn't know it. Blumhouse is going to make the next Spawn movie. And it's called King Spawn. So yeah, Todd McFarlane, it's gonna be a thing. I am not Jigsaw. I really liked your Twisters review. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that. House of Gucci is a blast. Everyone is hamming it up with silly accents. All right. I do want to see it though. It's Ridley. But yeah, look, here's the thing. I'm really, really excited about this. Oh, and by the way, if you see in the top right, Shelby Oaks review. Shelby Oaks had its first screening, and Shelby Oaks. Here's the thing. You know, I have talked many times about ratings. I gotta say, I don't know how good the movie is. But right now it's at a 5.8. So you click on this and you're telling me 19 people think it's the worst movie ever? It's the worst movie they've ever seen. I hadn't even seen the movie. But I guarantee you it's not the worst movie you've ever seen. Guaranteed. Absolutely guaranteed. I think most people are going to see, oh, it's going to be a 6 or 7 or, maybe an 8. The 10s are just as bad. I mean, I shouldn't say that. The 10s are just as suspect. So you're telling me this is the best movie you've ever seen? So basically what I'm trying to tell you is you can't look at user submitted ratings and you really can't trust critic ratings. So the only thing that you can trust is someone that tells you what's going on or gives you an idea of what's going on, and then you can make your own decision. So I'm just saying, reviews what I do. I try to give a balanced viewpoint. But to me, that pisses me off so bad. So bad. That it's either a 1 or a 10. Come on. I'm sorry. But here's the thing. They did the same thing with Adventures. If you look at the Adventures score, it's very close to that. And it's because there's a bunch of assholes giving it a 1 and a bunch of, I'm not going to say idiots. I'm just going to say people that don't know really how to judge, giving it a 10. And some people have said in the past, well, I give it a 10 to counteract the ones. But no one's giving an accurate freaking review, an accurate rating. So how can we trust any of it? How can we trust any of it anymore? The only thing you can trust is someone telling you this is what's good about it. This is where the problems were. This is what I didn't like. I like this movie and here's why. Or I didn't like this movie, but here's why. So you can make your own mind up. Everybody giving a movie a pass or a fail based on arbitrary ratings that are probably based on the fact that people are just jealous that this YouTuber actually made something happen and made the movie the way he wanted to make it. And hey, maybe they're jealous because, Mike Flanagan, the guy that did Dr. Sleep, House on Haunted Hill, the Fall of the House of Usher, came in and became an executive producer and connected Chris Stuckman with Neon. So now it's going to get a theatrical release. Maybe they're just jealous because of that. But I guarantee you there's not that many people that actually got to see the movie that think it's the worst movie they've ever seen, because that's what a 1 is. It irritates me. It irritates me, and not just because I like Chris Stuckman and I don't think he's that bad of a guy. And yeah, that I gave to his Kickstarter. It's absolutely unfair. You take out that information and everything I said is still valid. There's no way that it's the best movie you've ever seen, and there's no way it's the worst movie you've ever seen. Guaranteed. It's got to be better than Bigfoot versus DB Cooper. Guaranteed. So there you go. Some people say, I mean, I really like it when Rob rants. Well, you got one. There you go. IMDb ratings are bullshit. Users should not be allowed to rate. You just shouldn't. Good job, guys. You ruined it for everyone because no one can trust the scores anymore. What if it hits something within them and they truly believe it's the best ever? What are the chances, Ricky? What are the chances that Chris Stuckman, a first-time filmmaker, made 0 mistakes and made the best movie ever? I don't think so. I'm sorry. I don't think so. I get what you're saying, but come on. If you think it's the best movie you've ever seen, you need to watch more movies. If you think it's the worst movie you've ever seen, you need to watch more movies. I hate that crap. I hate that crap. It irritates me so bad because it completely invalidates user ratings completely. Because there's a bunch of idiots that, because they have some sort of grudge against him. I guarantee you that's what it is. They have a grudge against him. Or they have it. Okay. Most likely they have a grudge against him and have never seen the movie. So, sorry, presumed innocent, not accused. No, these people are wastes of flesh and they should never, ever rate another movie ever again. I'm sorry. If you gave a 1 to that movie, you never should rate a movie ever again. I'm making the call. Because guarantee you what's going to happen. I'm going to make my movie. And I'm going to get 1s. And I guarantee you it's not worth that. I guarantee you my movie is going to be better than a 1. Guaranteed. If you see a 1 on my movie, I'm sorry. I'm just saying it like it is. There are people that don't know how to rate movies and they should never ever rate another movie again. How is that controversial? People who rate movies on any other grade, but the fact that the movie is either good or bad, don't deserve to ever touch another rating button ever again. So there you go. How dare you speak ill of DB Cooper versus Bigfoot? Blasphemy. I mean, come on, not Gary. Can't take audience ratings on RT or IMDb seriously. It's like Carl Sagan said, haters gonna hate. Don't think he said that, but it's very true. Chances are 50-50. Either it will or it won't. Wait, what did you say, Rachel? Accused is a good series. Oh, Presumed Innocent is a good series. You should give that a watch. I actually would like to watch that. It's got Jake Gyllenhaal. Anything with Jake Gyllenhaal, I'm in. Of course, I still haven't watched Roadhouse either. And Vinny C, that who I be, welcome. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, sir. I have the hair. Can I be the samurai in your movie? I don't know if we were going to have a samurai in the movie. I'm just saying. But look, one more thing, one more news item. Brendan Fraser is going to star as Dwight D. Eisenhower in the D-Day movie Pressure about the historic Normandy landings. Now, when I heard that, I was like, that's weird. But look at that picture. I can see it. I think this is fantastic casting. Fantastic casting. I want to see this. I want to see it. I want to see it. So that's all the news for this week, at least from what I saw, or at least that we're going to talk about. Because there's other news, of course, but you know, sounds like an Oscar nomination again, possibly. I just like the. I can't believe how similar they look. You know, it looks great. But here's the game. Okay, we have. I think you skipped me. Alfred Hitchcock's To Catch a Thief is getting a 4K physical release from Paramount October 15th, starring Cary Grant and Gene Kelly. Wait a minute. You mean Cary Grant and what's her first name? Grace Kelly. Grace? Princess Grace Kelly? Not Gene Kelly, Grace Kelly. But yeah, that's cool. For some reason, I always mess up her name. I always think and I think I know this is going to sound stupid. It's because both names have 5 letters. So I get confused. And I'm like, Kelly something, Kelly, something. Oh, that's her last name. Great. Okay. Yeah, I had to think about that one. Didn't Magnum PI just do Eisenhower? Huh? Are you talking about Tom Selleck? Voice is still sounding real powerful, Rob. You definitely have at least another 4 hours on you. Bucho? No. It's not going to happen. My 4K steelbook of The Boy and the Heron came in today, so that's exciting. Hey, Vinny. Awesome. Have you seen the movie yet? Because I've heard it's a little weird. But I mean, like, it's good, but it's a little weird. I haven't seen it, but it's something I would like to see. You have an OLED. I was just thinking, does Sin City really pop on that screen? I don't know. I have the Blu-ray. I could pop it in, but I've never watched Sin City on there. That's actually a really good idea. I bet you it does. Especially that yellow bastard. But here's the thing. Movie tropes. Favorite movie tropes. So like, yeah. What are your favorite movie tropes? Like things that you really like and you see it all the time and you know, in different kind of movies and you really like it. I'm going to name a couple for me. One is a good montage. I love a good montage. Training montages like in Rocky, or just a passage of time like Ghostbusters or Batman Begins. I think both of those are really good. I like a good montage. What about you? What other what other movie tropes do you like? I'll give you a minute. It's kind of different than the other Ghibli. It's Ghibli, right? But has some cool fantasy sci-fi themes kind of mashed in. So you liked it. So you liked it. Okay, cool. Cool. So yeah, the montage. I think that's one of my favorites. Another one that I can't man, it's in so many different movies. But I always like it. It's when the heroes come in to save the day at the last moment, you know? Or, you know, another army, or you know what I mean? Like the Two Towers, right? When Gandalf comes over the hill and saves the day, it's awesome. Let's see, what else do I have here? Of course, Avengers Endgame, right? Love that. But here's one that's a video game one. And I don't know if anybody else has played this. I'm sure you have. You may not remember this. It may not have had the same impact. But I remember playing Call of Duty 2 the first time. I think it was that Xbox, like original Xbox, or was that 360? I can't remember. All I remember is you're in the trenches and you're trying to protect this hill, and you're just getting overrun. You you keep getting overrun and you're like, dude, there's no way. There's no way. And there's no way I can survive for this long. Right? Because the time's ticking down. And then the freaking cavalry comes in and they start bombing the crap out of the bad guys. And it was just, I swear, it was, it had such an amazing, like, oh my God. I love that moment. And it made me a fan of Call of Duty until they started going, I like the World War II stuff. Because the World War II stuff felt like, yeah, Nazis are enemies. we should take them out. But I'm not a big fan of the other Call of Duty games, but that game in particular, man, what a freaking, I remember that moment and I loved it. I loved it so much. Call of Duty 2 is both older consoles and 360. Love it. That happened on COD 3 as well on 360. Is that the illustrated Silmarillion back there? Yeah, it's everything. It's, I mean, you name the Tolkien book, I probably have it. But yeah. There's The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings right there. There's the Silmarillion illustrated, Unfinished Tales illustrated, and then down there you've got Tales of Perilous Realm. You got Children of Hurin, Baron and Luthien, Fall of Gondolin, Nature of Middle-earth, The Complete Guide to Middle-earth, which honestly I didn't really need to buy. I have the paperback of it up on top right here. And then on the end is The Fall of Numenor. And then of course, this is this is the rarest book I have, which is the Smith of Wootton Major, which is not Middle-earth related. But I got that from Chief. But yeah. What movie was great except for its ending? Wraith. We're playing this game first. Then we can start on different ones. I still have two tropes that I want to say. And then I want to get into the bad tropes. Have you played the newer COD World War II? That's my favorite modern one, even though it's 2017. No, I haven't. Starts on D-Day, and holy crap. Love when a character who's been a dick or been useless had their turnaround moment of redemption sacrifice. Prime examples are Hayward in Last of the Mohicans or Boromir in Fellowship. That's a good one. But I also like it when the bad guy gets it in the end. And one of my favorite examples of this is the Green Mile. When Pacey, man, when he gets it. See, that's the one thing about Stephen King is that you can say, well, he doesn't know how to end a story or whatever. Yeah, maybe, possibly. But when he writes a character that's a dick, man, you can almost bet that they're going to get it really good in the end. You know what I mean? And I love that. I love that. Shawshank is another one. It's great. It's great. You reading any other Brandon Sanderson Cosmere stuff after Elantris? I'm reading Warbreaker now. I got into Mistborn, so I'm in the second book of Mistborn now. Because I finished Lamort d'Arthur, and now I'm reading... I don't even know the name of the book. It's the second book in the Mistborn. Because it came out first. I'm going by release order, which is probably not recommended, but I don't care. I'm just going to read all of Brandon Sanderson's works because I like him. I like it. Oh, sorry, missed that. It's okay, Wraith. I'm just saying. Hudson and Aliens. That's a good one. Movie trope, walking from an explosion. So this is one you like. I got to say, it is pretty cool. Well of Ascension. Yes, that's it. Final Empire is the first book in the series. So I finished Final Empire. I read something, and then I read Lamort d'Arthur, which took a while, and then now I'm on the Well of Ascension. So my last one. Man, you got more movie tropes? Bring them. I like it. I love the walking from an explosion. That's a fun one. But one of the ones that I really like is when a line from earlier in the movie is said again and then recontextualized, right? So The Dark Knight Rises is one where, man, it just doesn't work because I think the first line is so badass. When Gotham is in ashes, then you have my permission to die. It's too good. It's too good. So then when Bruce says it back to Bane later, it doesn't have the same effect. But I will say, did you hear that, by the way? Did that actually work? Yes, it does. Okay, so my Bane will work. Okay. The thing that I love about The Dark Knight Rises, and it's something that I've come to love even more, and it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, dude, that's freaking chef's kiss. Okay? Is the title. The Dark Knight Rises. Him coming out of the pit. The whole movie, you're thinking, oh, The Dark Knight Rises. I get it. Right. But then Batman's dead. And the new Batman is on that platform and he rises out of frame. It's like, I love it. Chris Nolan, man. I love it. I love that. So, but it's basically the same concept though, is when a line is said again, and it's recontextualized at the end. I kind of like that. I like that. When in Batman Begins, when Bruce says, I thought you gave up on me, and Alfred's like, never, in his Michael Caine, right? But then he says the same thing later. It's just good. It's just good. I like that. I like that for the most part. One Man Army Die Hard. I mean, yeah. No, and I get that too. But I don't know if I guess that is a movie trope, I guess. When they say the title of the movie in the movie, I got to say, Vinny, that's one of my bads. For me, that's one of my bads because it takes me out of the movie immediately. What are we, some kind of Suicide Squad? You shall be the Fellowship of the Ring. Really, Elrond? You said so much cool shit. You said so much cool shit in the last however long. And that didn't feel like you at all. That felt like that was, no. But that's just me. On Your Left. Oh. See, that's what makes that one so powerful is it's from movies past. It's from movie. I mean, you know what I mean? And that's part of the reason why I think Endgame really, man, it hit because of stuff like that. I love that. Avengers Age of Ultron. You didn't see that coming? Yeah. See, Dark Knight Rises is here's the thing. There are problems with that movie. There are things that, I mean, come on. Marion Cotillard, her death is cringeworthy, man. But there are so many things I really like about that movie. And plus, I'm a Joseph Gordon-Levitt sort of stan. I love that guy. I think he's great, and I want to see him in more things. The problem is I don't care about Beverly Hills Cop, so I won't be seeing him in that. But there you go. That's why I love the Fast movies. Good versus bad. I mean, true. MacGuffins, Maltese Falcon, Indiana Jones series, Citizen Kane, Lord of the Rings, Pulp Fiction. Absolutely. Am I the only one who thinks the Falcon, the new Captain America, just isn't like he's a cool dude, but he's just using equipment other people made and doesn't have superpowers? I'm kind of there with you, but I also like that character a lot. So I'm really interested to see how they're going to do that and if they can pull it off. And I got to say, that new trailer, because I'm one of those that, if I know I'm going to see a movie, I don't watch the trailer. But that one I was really curious about. Watch the trailer and I'm like, dude, I'm in. It looks good. You don't like Captain America in general? He deserves some sort of upgrade? Maybe. So look, and Vinny, look, I get it. Them saying the line, they're the title of the movie in the movie. That's one where it takes me out of it. I just don't like it myself. But here's some other bad ones. That was my number one, by the way, saying the name of the movie. And Fellowship of the Ring is probably the best example of it. Here you go. Horror movies where the girl being chased suddenly has some sort of nerve disorder and can't run properly and has to trip and fall. I don't understand it. Why? Well, if you were scared, you would. No, I'm sorry. I would run as fast as I could. I wouldn't. No. Uh-uh. There's one. There's only one that I've seen because I'm not a huge horror guy, but there is one example of this that's kind of turned on its head a little bit because it's not a girl, it's a guy. It's a father. Poltergeist. Does anybody know Poltergeist? Does anybody know Poltergeist as well as I do? Because I've seen that movie countless times. But dude, when he's got the family in the car and he's trying to get the keys out, and then he gets in and he can't get the keys in the ignition, and it keeps cutting over to Jo Beth Williams, the mom, right? And Heather O'Rourke playing the daughter. And the look on their face and they're screaming, I gotta say, it cracks me up every single time. It makes me laugh. It's supposed to be horrific and scary and intense and all that, but I am laughing so hard every time. I think it's funny. So anyway, but yeah, I don't like the running and the falling in the forest, but you know. He's like Black Widow Hawkeye now. Talented compared to a normal human, but these other guys are shooting fireballs and shit. You're absolutely right, Vinny. Who made the Falcon's gear anyway? What's preventing them from making more and giving it to another soldier or set of soldiers? Did Tony design it? Well, I thought that was part of, well, at least in the movies, because I'll be honest with you, I'm not very versed on Marvel canon, when it comes to the comics. But because that was in Winter Soldier when he's introduced, right? Wasn't it? He was part of a program where he learned to fly those suits. I don't know. You two characters are going to Top Gun. See, that's different. That's the name of the thing. You can't do that. And you can't say Superman because, I mean, if somebody said, well, look at here, it's Superman the movie, that would be bad. But Top Gun's different, that's a different one. I'm cool with that one. That's why they call it Bloodsport, kid. Captain America is a smidge better than Superman. Well, they're both kind of Boy Scouts, right? They're the reason that I think a lot of people don't like, if they don't like Superman or Captain America, it's because they're goody two shoes and they always do the right thing. And there's no question, there's no darkness really in them, which is why Superman 3, as bad as it is kind of fun because of the dark Superman in that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a thing. It's a thing. I like Captain America a lot, and I like Falcon a lot. I don't buy him as Captain America yet. I just don't, because Steve Rogers is Captain America. But he was the only one in the program. I don't know. See, that's what I don't remember. I don't remember that. Who invested in this program? I don't know. Worst trope is when a monster is chasing people and it roars at the peeps it's chasing. Never seen a predator behave like that in real life because it'd be super dumb. Yeah, there you go. There you go. But Han, don't you see what they're up against? You just got to join us in the Star Wars. Yeah. I'm just not a big fan of that. I mean, again, Top Gun is different because that's the name of the freaking school, or the program or whatever. But here's one. This isn't great. And it's one that maybe I'm just stupid, but it's one that I thought about and I went, I really don't like that. Say you're on a ship and you go overboard and suddenly it cuts to you being on the beach and you wake up on the beach. How does that happen? If the storm's bad enough that you go overboard, how do you just end up on a beach? And April said, when I was telling April about this one, she said, well, what if they're just, they were swimming the whole night and they collapse on the beach because they're so tired. I'm like, okay, well, I guess. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that one. When do you think you'll start pre-production of the next movie? When we have money. At least hoping for a time frame. We have to find money first. We have to find the financing. And that is, I will say there are plans in the works, but nothing concrete, and don't really have a timeline yet. So Peeps going unconscious in general is a lazy writing trope. Yeah, it's just one of those things that just kind of bothers me because I feel like it's very unlikely. But this one is a trope, which I don't even know if it's a trope, but it's something that April brought up, and I thought, man, that is too good not to say. It's the thing that I cannot stand about most. If this happens in a movie, it is so bad, and it makes me so angry. And there are multiple movies that have this problem, and it's almost become a trope. It's when a conversation could be had that would negate the entire plot. Just a conversation between two characters that would negate the entire plot. Okay? Now, you might be saying, but what about House of the Dragon? No, that's a misunderstanding. Misunderstanding is different. A misunderstanding, and then now it's too late. That's different. I'm talking about something like Batman v Superman. I'm sorry, but there is a moment in the movie where everything could have been de-escalated. And they don't do it. It's very easy. It would have been very easy. And it would have been like, hey, why don't we team up instead of fight? It's so frustrating. It's one of the most frustrating things about that movie. Melvor, Born to be a Star, written by Rob. I don't know enough about Melvor to write his biography. I would definitely need to spend more time with Melvor. And I mean, look, we can be friends, but I don't know if he trusts me enough to write his biography. So, just saying. What are movies with little to no tropes? I mean, that's tough. Wait a minute. Bad movie trope for me is when they shoot midday for morning, like kid going to school, also full table buffet for breakfast. I mean, there's a lot of that. But yeah, no, I get what you mean. I get what you mean for that. Where it literally looks like noon when the kid's going to school. I get that. I totally get that. But see, like, those don't bother me. That doesn't take me out of the movie like some of this stuff. Pulp Fiction, I think, is one with little to no tropes. I don't know, man. The MacGuffin is the major big trope on that one. I mean, there are some movies like Pulp Fiction where I think in a lot of ways he's trying to play against known tropes. But I still think that the MacGuffin is the big major trope in that one. I'm trying to think. I mean, you're right though. It's never explained. And that's the thing, it's one of those things that's fun to speculate about, but it's not important to the plot. So I'm sure Quentin knows, but I honestly don't care. And everybody said, like people were saying, "Oh, it's Marcellus's soul," because there's a scene where the Band-Aid is on the back of his neck or whatever, and they were like, "No, he cut himself shaving." He was shaving his head and he cut himself there. And then we thought, man, that looks badass. So let's leave it in and let's just shoot it. So yeah, that's not true either. Because there was something like Marcellus made a deal with the devil, and that the guys at the beginning of the movie, the whole Big Kahuna Burger, all that stuff. What's his name? What's a kid's name? I say kid. He's probably older than me. Frank Whaler. Waller? Does he look like a bitch? That whole scene. Those guys were like demons. And that I think that was the theory, that those guys were demons and that they had stolen. They were making their way back to hell with Marcellus's soul, and I was like, okay, oh yeah, Phil Lamar was there. Exactly, yes, yes. Um, well, he's Marvin, right? Phil Lamar. Um, I just, man, look, I get it when people say they don't like it. I understand, but man, Pulp Fiction is one of my favorites. I love that movie so much. I've seen it so many times. It's a good. Quentin makes movies. I think in a lot of ways, Quentin Tarantino makes movies for a specific, almost like a specific personality, and I am totally that personality. I love it. I'll tell you this. I said earlier, I watched Grindhouse the other day. Planet Terror wasn't nearly as funny without a crowd, right? I saw Grind. I was one of the, the only 5 people in the world that saw Grindhouse in the theater opening day. I loved Robert Rodriguez. I love Quentin Tarantino. Why wouldn't I go see this movie? Wasn't marketed well, all that kind of stuff, right? I think that was one of the greatest movie experiences in my life. Me, Brian, and Jerry were there. We were laughing our freaking balls off. It was so great. But Planet Terror isn't as fun. It's kind of like drinking alone. I mean, I'm sorry if it's the way that I look at it. Okay. I've never been addicted to alcohol, so I apologize if that's like the wrong thing to say. But from my perspective, I've never been a drinker. So to me, watching Planet Terror by yourself is like drinking alone, where it's kind of like, to me, the benefit of drinking is, you're with a group and you're with people and all that kind of stuff, right? Social. It's a social thing for me. Planet Terror is a social movie. Death Proof, on the other hand, is kick ass. That movie is good. I don't care what anybody says. Death Proof is good. It's just a good movie. Now, I think the second half of the movie is better than the first, but the first part of the movie is all set up and it's all character motivation and it's awesome. The only thing, my only criticism for that movie is it's a bit too long, number one. Number two, I think Kurt Russell is a bit miscast. And the reason that I think it's not because Kurt Russell does a bad job. No. The problem is Kurt Russell is such a, I feel like it should have been someone that played more villainous roles, because I don't buy him as a bad guy. Like, I like him too much. Maybe that's just a me thing, but I like Kurt Russell too much that I don't think he completely works in Death Proof. But wow, I still love that movie. Zoe Bell is fantastic. The stunt work is amazing. The driving is amazing. I loved it. I thought Rosario Dawson was amazing. Like, I was like, holy crap, Rosario's in this. I forgot. She's great. Mary Elizabeth Winstead is in it very briefly, and she is smoking. Holy crap. That's the first time I ever saw her was in this. Wow. And I don't remember her name, but that plays the driver. I loved her too. I just loved the movie. I really did. Pulp Fiction Suitcase is an homage from Kiss Me Deadly 1955 mystery box. Repo Man and Raiders of the Lost Ark use this same trope. Yeah. Yeah. The writing in Dusk Till Dawn was great. See, but From Dusk Till Dawn is one of those movies that's pretty divisive, because there's a lot of people that are in for that first part of the movie, and they're locked in, and then they get to the vampire stuff and they're like, what? And I get it, because I gotta say, the movie won me over by the end, but I was also sitting there going, what the hell is going on? And then I just said, okay, you know what? Let's just have fun. So we did. And it was fun. Going deep tonight? How so? How so, Ninjinzu? I don't feel like it's going that deep. But we were talking tropes, and I think that is definitely a movie that plays against tropes. I'm going deep. I don't think so. I think we're about done, don't you think? I went through all of my stuff that I planned on talking about tonight. I did. Best math movie, Pi? I don't know. Do you count Good Will Hunting as a math movie? There's a lot of math in that movie. Hercules 2027. What? What? Uh, by the way, just I think Ricky brought it up earlier. No, it was well maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know. But look, lots of movies on sale. Look, all 4 Matrix movies for $20. And that's not bad. Digitally. Mad Max Fury Road, $5. I mean, the new one is out. Furiosa is out. It's $20 because it came out today. But all the rest of the Mad Max movies are $5. There's a T2 special edition. I don't know if that's the bad one or not. I don't know. But yeah, $5. Blade Runner 2049, $5. Inception, $5. The Godzilla movies, $5. I mean, come on. Some good deals to be had if, you know. I mean, look at this deal. Okay. Look at this deal. Must-watch sci-fi collection, 5 film collections. Gattaca, Starship Troopers, Fifth Element, Moon, and Krull for $20. I mean, that's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. I can't tell what some of these, and the next one over, the sci-fi thrills. Is that The Island, Interstellar, Arrival? Is that Sky Captain? And then what's the one below it? Let's see. I'll tell you. Paycheck. Okay, I was right on everything but Paycheck. I can't even see Bruce or Ben Affleck in that. Yeah. Okay, that's a weird one. But yeah, man, good deals. Good deals on the digital stuff. If you're into that. I know some people aren't, and that's fine. But like the original Terminator for $5, Conan the Barbarian for $5. If you don't like that last Matrix movie, you just watch the trilogy, it's $15. I mean, that's pretty good. Blade Runner $5. Total Recall $5. Just saying. Some good movies to be had. Dude, 2001 for $5 in 4K. Bram Stoker's Dracula, Alita Battle Angel. I mean, look, there's a bunch of good movies. And again, every Tuesday, every Friday, they'll have these deals every single time. You want that Nolan collection? Which one? Where was that? I didn't see a Nolan collection. Are you talking about my Nolan collection? That's right here. What are you saying? Look and search. Well, there's many different ones, right? The 4K one? It's right there. I have it right there. It's good. Paprika for $5. I don't know. Retropalooza very soon, yes. Stand and Deliver. Oh, that's a good one. I'd pay more not to have the 4th one. You know, the 4th one, I didn't think it was that bad. But then again, I wasn't expecting much. So I don't know. Yeah, Lou Diamond Phillips is a badass in that movie. I've been burned by a digital platform, physical only for me. Really, Ryu? What, like, can you describe? I'm actually curious. Because I've had all like iTunes. Like I all the digital movies that I have are through iTunes. I've never had a problem. Never had a problem. Uh, I bought so many 4K movies over the past 2 years or so. Dude, well, this one doesn't count. But yeah, yeah, I bought a few with the recent sales. Yeah, some good ones. Ah, hit the microphone. Barnes still has Criterion 50% off sale. Got 6 movies and want to get more. What did you get? What did you get, Shozama? Uh, Dang, Rob. Now I know why they call you the idiot. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, for the fourth one? I mean, I don't think it was that bad. It's not that good. I don't own it, but how's the Rivendell going, and what Lego set is next after that? I don't know. I let April pick. It'll probably be. So we've got what's left over here. We've got the gunship, we've got the Venator, and we've got over there. There's a lighthouse, right? My guess is she'll want to build one of these, which is fine. I really want to get through the Lego now so I can open my door. So that would be great. But yeah, Rivendell, I mean, if you've seen the toy chat, you've seen it. We've been this last weekend, we were really busy. My niece was over, so we were spending a lot of time with her and doing stuff, going places, doing things. So didn't get a chance to build a whole lot. Hopefully this week. Lou Diamond Phillips is such a good actor, and he's never in anything huge. I mean, he definitely had his character actor roles, but yeah, I agree. I've always liked Lou Diamond Phillips. He's always been great. Uh-oh. A fun vid to post in UFO thread. You know what's kind of funny? A movie like Deadpool and Wolverine comes out, and Christian Harloff decides, you know what? I'm not going to put up a UFO UAP Tuesday video today. Huh. Now I see where your priorities are, Christian. I don't know him, but it's cool. I was kind of disappointed when I didn't see a video from him today. So the real life Top Gun instructor who was in the OG movie with some fun inside stories of working in Area 51. I will look forward to that. Sony digital store closed. Can't add the collections anymore. Ah, okay. Robert J. Idiot. It was terrible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Vinny. I'm sorry that I disappointed you. But yeah. I actually had fun with it. But Young Guns, man. Heck yeah. And see, here's the thing. I've only seen the first Young Guns like one time and was kind of like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. And all my friends were like, man, let's watch Young Guns again. I'm like, really? Do we have to? Can we watch something else? That's it. I want a divorce. I'm sorry, Vinny. Chat with Heater is intriguing, especially for a fighter jet nerd like us. He says he never saw anything, but he also comes across as a legit believer in some wild UFO stories he's heard. Okay. 7 from Criterion. 4Ks, Perfect Days, Princess Bride, Red Shoes. Heroic Trio / Executioners. Blu-rays, Crash, Cronenberg. Okay. Destry Rides Again Until the End of the World. Okay. I'm not a big fan of Crash. I thought it was, but that's okay. We don't have to like the same things. I do want to see Perfect Days. That movie looks, well, just from what I've heard, that movie sounds like it'd be right up my alley. The Red Shoes is beautiful. I'm so glad I watched that one. Princess Bride, of course. And yeah, Until the End of the World is a strange one. I'm curious to hear what you'll think of that one. Was the last movie I saw in IMAX. Civil War, I believe. Civil War. And I saw that at the big one in Dallas. The huge IMAX screen. Yeah, because I watched Dune Part 2 in IMAX. And then Yeah, and then watch Civil War by myself in the big IMAX because April didn't care to watch it. And I understand she doesn't like war movies and stuff. Tons of ace stories, though, not just from Top Gun, but he was part of that super secret Red Eagles group who flew captured MiGs, which is why he was at Area 51. Okay, cool. I will definitely watch that. I want to pick up Thelma and Louise now after your vid, Rob. Here's the thing, man. And this is, I feel like I should do a disclaimer at the beginning of every review and just say, look, here's the thing. When it comes to Ridley, it's a grain of salt, man. It's a grain of salt because I love Ridley so much that I look for those beautiful shots. I look for the cinematography and all that kind of stuff, set design, costume design, right? So you have to really take it a grain of salt when you're watching a review from me about Ridley. The difference with Thelma and Louise is it's so gorgeous because he didn't have sets to build. He had the outside. And I really just enjoyed the movie. Now, what's funny is, here's the thing about Thelma and Louise. A lot of people don't like Susan Sarandon for her politics. Okay. I'm never one to look at that kind of stuff. But what's weird is, even in the special feature, she's kind of going off on some stuff, and you're like, come on, we made a fun movie here. We made a movie and it did things that nobody seemed to expect, but it's really good. And I love it. It's literally a Western / road trip movie, but with girls. And you know what? It's fantastic. And I love that it's one of the few movies. I mean, I think I said it in the review. It's a movie where, wow, you mean women have dreams and goals and things that they want to do by themselves? Oh my God, and people hated that movie because of it. And I'm like, that movie's awesome. I mean, I liked it. So I hope you like it. I hope you like it. People don't like you for your politics. Well, here's the thing. It's a good thing, Vinny, because I don't care about anybody's politics. And that, it's funny because I actually was reading a thread because of recent events that we won't go into. But I was reading a thread and this guy said, I hate it when people are on the fence. I hate it when people don't pick a side. That's more annoying than you being against me or something like that. And I'm like, do you hear yourself? So I mean, whatever. Okay. But I don't know. I'm just not politics, man. It's a game. And you and I, we're not dealt into this hand that they're playing. And that's how I look at it. And it doesn't matter who's in office because they all suck. So, but that's just me. I should shut up about it and just post it. Post it, Bucho. I want to watch that. Is that the best theater to watch a movie? The theater I went to in Texas was average. Here's the thing. It all depends on you. I'll tell you this. I picked for me, the best experience to watch Alien Romulus when I bought my tickets for the first available showing for Alien Romulus. And that is a Dolby Cinema. Because for me, what's more important is the sound. Now, the closest IMAX to me is the same. It's the same location. It's in Grapevine. It's got an IMAX on one side of the theater, or the one side of the building, and then a Dolby Cinema over here. The IMAX is fine. In fact, it's more than fine. It's very good. The problem is their seats are like, they don't have the reclining seats with the put your feet up and all that stuff. The Dolby Cinema is more comfortable. The screen's plenty big and the sound is mwah. That's what I'm all about. And with a movie like that, I want Dolby Cinema. I want the sound. I want the sound to be pitch perfect. So that's just me. Now there's going to be people that will argue that IMAX is better than this. Some say that the Cinemark XDs, their screens are better. I have a Cinemark XD. I have two fairly close to me. There's others that have their own large formats. It's really dependent upon what you're all about. I'm all about the sound. So I would rather go to a Dolby Cinema unless it's a movie that's going to be like visually striking, like Dune. But then again, the only thing that I wish that I'd done is I wished I immediately went and saw it again in IMAX, but at the big IMAX in Dallas. It's a bigger screen. And then I wish that I'd saw it in Dolby Cinema. So just so I could have the whole experience thing. Now I went and saw Dune Part 2 a few weeks later, just in, wherever I got tickets. Well, I don't remember if it was the one that's close to me or the one that's kind of a little further. I think it's the one that was close to me. I just went in and was like, yeah, I'll watch it. But yeah. Twisters in IMAX. Oh, I loved Until the End of the World on VHS. Liking it more now. It is the complete version. Wow, okay. See, I'm one of those where I'm like, I'm glad I watched it. I don't know if I'll watch that movie again. But it's got a great cast and it's definitely interesting. Very poetic. I believe the one I went to was East Chase in Fort Worth. Yeah, it's not a very good theater. It's not great. Yeah, love Dolby. If that sounds awesome, if we can time it, I'd like to go to that theater in October. Tickets are on me. You don't have to tell me twice. I would love to go. I love movies, period. I'll go watch anything. It'll be interesting to see what's going to be playing in those theaters at that point. But yeah, I mean, why not? Let's do it. But look, here's the deal. I'm out of voice, and it's time to go. Even though Bucha said, man, I could go another 4 hours. No. Almost out of water, too. But here's the thing. You know it, but I'm going to say it anyway. I appreciate you guys being here. Seriously. Every single week, you guys come and hang out and chat, and I love it. It's so much fun, and I'm so happy that you guys enjoy yourselves enough to hang out and chat. How's the concession stand there? I don't typically buy concessions, but I'm sure it's fine. But I really appreciate you guys being here and hanging out, having fun, chatting, all that stuff. I love it. I love it. Talking movies, talking games, talking whatever. It's great. I love it. But you guys have a great week. Deadpool and Wolverine is coming out. I'm going to have a review up probably Thursday night. I mean, almost definitely Thursday night. But other than that, we'll see you next week. Cool? Cool. Enjoy. Hope you guys enjoy it. And keep your ear to the thing. The grapevine. Comic-Con is this weekend, so it's going to be interesting. But anyway, we'll see you next week.